Welcome back to another episode of Talking Ball with Steveospeak. Today I have a guest on, Hartman. You know him in the streets with his 8 different names on each different site. But we're going to be doing a couple drafts today, starting with the BBM. I'll give some people some time before we jump in. So first, while we're waiting for some people to join the stream, and before we do our first draft, how are you handling some of the recent training camp news and injuries? Specifically, we saw today Khalil Shakir out like 4 to 6 weeks, they're saying, for a high ankle sprain.
Well, the Khalil Shakir one, I actually checked. I have 0% Khalil Shakir. I have $10, so 2 puppy entries on Khalil Shakir this year. That one didn't hurt too. Obviously, that one didn't hurt me. That one worked out, but like, yeah, just in general, trying to monitor it, like not overreact. Like, one like that is actually concerning because it could linger into the season.
Yeah.
But some of these other ones, try not to overreact. Like, trying to follow on like Scattaboo and stuff, see how severe, ones like that are. Because if they're kind of nothing, you could just be getting a real nice discount for, a couple days or a week or something.
Yeah, I'm definitely treating it the same. I mean, Joe Mixon is definitely a bit more concerning, but I've taken him a couple times like in the 90s, and it's like, boy, even if he misses like the first month, that could be a massive value. But
Yeah, that,
there,
I was just gonna say that 7-8 turn is about the spot for me on Mixon. Where I'm
yeah,
debating.
yeah. So there are some that I'm a bit more concerned about, but for the most part, like you said, just trying to let any value happen with the fall. Let me hit up chat. We got some people in. Pepper Tony first, in a way. We got Bindles in here. GM fellas. We got Fantasy Football Garage. What up? Hope you guys are doing well. We got Dirty P in here saying it's my fault. I took my first Shakir share. He instantly got hurt. And then Mike Robb, of course. Yeah, Sunday is for the Steveaholics. Yeah. So no, I think the Shakir thing. I have like 6-7%. I'm sure we'll see when we go through a draft, but I do think it helps. Obviously, like Coleman and Palmer a little bit.
So I would think Coleman's probably the big winner, right? Because he gets that slot role. Where
yeah,
Palmer, he probably already had the same role with or without Shakir. Maybe he gets a little playing time bump though, just in general, right?
yeah, and maybe just a few more targets early on, especially if it is something that lingers or comes back. He could just benefit more targets because even though Shakir might not have the same playing time as like a Palmer, he probably would lead the team in targets. I think that's the way I've been projecting it. But yeah, Coleman probably has the biggest bump for sure.
Yeah, because Shakir's like his advanced stuff, his like target rate, yards per out run, they're actually pretty nice. Like 24% target rate or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and that's why, like Meg will talk about, the Bills, you just can't pick a guy because there's nobody you can rely on, but at least the price, Shakir going around 80, Coleman around 100, Palmer around, 145, 150, and Kincaid kind of in the middle in between there, like 130s. Yeah, there's nobody who's going to give you 10 usable weeks, but they can each hit in their own right. I think the prices are at least fair on them. And Shakir, that's why I have probably 6-7%. But I definitely don't mind it. I mean, it's the Bills, like they're projected to be one of the top offenses again.
And Shakir, I mean, he's great in certain builds. I think, especially like if you're a little lighter on receiver, you want heavier on running back or something. I think and he can be good in any build, but I think especially in those, he can provide a lot of value. But yeah, I think Coleman's the guy I definitely want to get the most of out of all the Buffalo guys. I think with his athleticism as a second-year player, as a first-round pick, he at least showed like big playability, even if he wasn't super consistent. Like he has the ability to, if that variance kind of works in his favor, just have a big season for you, or at least big games for you.
Well, and the other thing, and I've talked about this, I've talked about with like Who Hames and a few others, is you look at their relative, and this is more back to Shakir, but like Shakir and Zay Flowers had roughly the same kind of point out totals for the year. Like Flowers had like 0.2, average like 0.2 points a game more. And it's like Flowers had, Lamar having his best touchdown rate ever, and Shakir and Coleman to an extent also had Allen having his lowest touchdown rate ever. What if they just normalize? Like, Allen kind of gets, up to like 30 some touchdowns. Lamar drops to like 30 touchdowns. Who do you want? I want the Bills side. Particularly at cost.
Well, and I think, Derrick Henry had less rushing touchdowns than James Cook last year, right? Like, do you expect that to necessarily stay that way?
No,
I think the Bills ran real hot on rushing TDs just in general. And Josh Allen had like 15 or something? He had a lot last year.
Yeah. The Bills led the league in rushing touchdowns, which says a lot because obviously of Hurts and Saquon. And I know partly it was because Ray Davis even had like 4 or 5, but
right.
But no, yeah, I think
doesn't seem super likely to repeat.
Yeah, Cook tied for the league in rushing touchdowns, I believe. So, yeah, like you said, Henry is probably a safer bet to have a few more this year. So let's jump into the BBM to start. It sometimes takes a minute or two to fill. So I will count it down though, and then I'll get back to chat. So at 2:08 p.m., I'll enter. So I'm at, and I have like 5 slows going. So I want to get to about 75 BBMs. So I have a ways to go, but I did want to save most for August anyways.
And that's a pretty good amount too to get in. So I think that's a good number to hit.
Yeah, last year I did 57, and it definitely went to increase from last year. But just to me, maxing, I focus more on the other contests. But the whole playoff, the 1 of 13, 1 of 16 is that's rough.
Yeah, and it's just not smart for bankroll management. Sorry.
Yeah, and so it's a fresh lobby. So sorry for anyone who jumped in early. If there was a pre-flow, might have filled the previous lobby. So we're waiting on 9. Let me hit up chat. Got Best Ball and Colin here. Keen Coleman bump, absolutely. Andrew Robb checking in. What up, gents? Happy Sunday. Dirty P agreeing. Coleman could really crush in the slot role. Did we get an official Scadaboo statement from Steve yet? So Meg and I talked about it a little yesterday. It sounds like hamstring. They maybe keep him out a week or two to manage it. We'll see. So that means no Scadaboo probably for the first preseason game, which is unfortunate because I'd love to play him on DraftKings. But generally, I'm not going to pull him up much higher ahead of ADP, but right around ADP, I'll still be taking him. Mike Robb, Andrew checking in. Bruni can't, as he is working with Brett Favre on his next charity project. He kicked the last person who asked him yesterday, Andrew laughing. And then Pepper Tony, yes, continue fighting Zay Flowers more for me. I know, it's just the price. I think Zay Flowers is a really good football player. I just don't love paying a price when I think a number of receivers behind him can outscore him. So we got the number 2 spot.
Nice.
Don't really recognize anyone else in here. I've seen Kramer in some for sure, but not many badges actually in this.
Yeah, not many. Yeah, we got a nice room. It filled pretty quick too.
Yeah.
On Zay Flowers, the one thing I will say, I think his price has been falling enough where he's becoming like a reasonable click, especially if he falls even a couple picks past ADP.
Yeah.
But when he was at like 4 or 5 turn, I couldn't click him.
Yeah.
But now I think he's more reasonable.
Yeah. For the first essentially May and June, I only clicked him in a couple of Lamar teams. Now I've taken him a couple times. Like you said, he's fallen, and he will even fall a couple spots past his ADP. So I have clicked him on a few more, mostly in some of the slows I'm doing. So at the 2 spot, what do you like going with here?
I mean, I'd be Bijan or Lamb.
Well, you make the call. I have roughly the
We
same percentage of both, and I like both a lot.
we can go Bijan because at 2, you can get Lamb anywhere from like up to 5, so
Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
Bijan's really kind of locking into that
2
two or
or
three right
3.
now.
Yeah, especially with that Jefferson injury, because I
Hmm.
noticed Jefferson would go over him a lot, but ever since that hamstring thing, it seems like Bijan's kind of locked in over him. And it seems
Yeah,
like Lamb's even kind of jumping Jefferson in a lot of drafts I'm noticing lately.
yeah, yeah. No, I kind of keep it these top six. Though I've kind of put Jefferson more to the back of that.
Mhm.
Anytime I have a top six pick, it's hard for me to take anyone above, bringing anyone up. As much as I like McCaffrey or Neighbors or Nico, I just have a tough time bringing anyone up when I won those top six picks.
So, yeah, I do a little bit heavier stand with the top 6. Like I take Lamb and Gibbs 2 and 3 for the most part. I'll
Hmm.
mix in Bijan, but I'm pretty heavy fading Saquon. And then Jefferson, I actually have like Field. I got a bag kind of early. Um so but Lamb and Gibbs I have actual like stands on. I have them both over like 12-13% for Gibbs and like
Yeah,
20 for Lamb.
yeah. No, Gibbs. It's tough for me to take him above Bijan. Tough for me to take him
Mhm.
above Lamb. Earlier on, I was taking him. I was taking Jefferson above him, but now I'm kind of reversed on that. So I want to get more Gibbs just because we know his upside is just so massive, particularly if Monty misses any time. But just in general, I mean, that offense might not be top three again, but I don't think it's going to be like 15th.
Yeah. Yeah, I think even if they regress, they're still gonna be like top 10 pretty easily.
Yeah.
Unless they massively regress, which I think just with the firepower they have, I don't really see it happening. They're losing their center, obviously, who's an all pro, but the rest of their O line is so solid. That's the thing
Yeah.
that maybe is kind of not getting like as much credit is they have two of the best tackles in the league,
Hmm.
arguably, top 2 left tackle with Trent Williams, obviously, maybe number 1, but
Yeah.
yeah, top couple tackles, good guards, so they should make it out decent.
Hmm. No, I agree, and they have some depth at tackle also. So if somebody were needed to miss time, they're kind of good there. All right, so coming up, we have J. It's kind of running back city right now.
Yeah.
JT, Bucky,
I'd
Chase,
be
Jacobs.
I'd be JT for sure if he's there.
Yeah,
Um,
see what Kramer does.
yeah.
Okay, he goes
Like that.
JT.
I'm cool with Bucky or Jacobs. I'm not a big fan of Chase Brown.
Okay, let's go Bucky. Just because Jacobs has the same buy. I mean that's fine, but
Right.
I I like when you can mixing it up.
And we got a week 15 correlation too.
That's
So
true.
that's cool. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and Bucky, like, he's a guy I'm a little underweight on, but I really do see the upside. I mean, he's a second year player who's so efficient. It's just the undersized and Rashad White's such a good pass catcher. Like, it worries me if they ever give him, 80% snap share or anything like that.
Yeah. So coming up at the turn here, what are you feeling?
I like probably any of the receivers, Jacobs, like probably Devontae or Jacobs would be my picks.
Let's
Harrison's cool too.
let's go Devontae. I mean, I wrote about it, and as long as you're good with it, of course, Devontae gives the Bijan week 17, and
Yeah.
you know, Devontae is the one like third round. He's the one like number two receiver who could outperform without injury any of the number ones from the first two rounds. And, just from a touchdown perspective.
Yeah.
And also don't be surprised. He went in and I know people say it's Aaron Rodgers, but he went in and just dominated Garrett Wilson. Um, and I don't think it was just an Aaron Rodgers thing. I think it was just Devontae's Devontae. Like
Well, and I
he,
mean, when he played on Oakland, he was a monster and they
yeah,
sucked. Like they were horrible every
exactly.
year he was there, and he was still just as good as always. He didn't fall off at all.
Yeah. No, let me
Um,
let me hit up chat a little bit. Kramer is here. Good seeing you, Kramer. Assuming Lamar has to regress is wrong. I'm not saying he's going to be bad. I'm saying his touchdown rate is the chance that it leads the league again, and by I think it was over by 1% higher than his previous career high. That's usually guys don't hit. I think it was 8.4%. I want to say. Usually, you might hit that once in your career. Like I think Brady hit it maybe twice. It's very and to be back to back years, I think it's pretty unlikely. I'm not saying he's going to be bad. I'm saying I have a lot of Lamar. I just think he is the odds that he throws 40 touchdowns again, especially on sub 500 pass attempts, is low, would be how I put it. And I don't know. Like, I think Andrews I think he'll have more catches, but I think he easily could get double-digit touchdowns again.
Well, like with Andrews too, you look at his yards per route run and yards per game after like second half of the year, it was way better once he was recovered from those injuries, car crash.
Yeah. And this is where I'm at, Dirty PM. I think Flowers, I agree. I think Flowers is a better receiver than Shakir. But for fantasy, I think it's very close. And we'll see. Maybe he will get a bigger spike in targets this year, Peppertoni. I do think Hopkins plays a factor into that. Maybe the likely injury helps him out some. Andrew asked, why fade Barkley? Is it just because of the amount of work he got last year?
Yeah, it's the workload. It's also the age. He has dealt with lower body injuries. He's not really like the picture of health in his career. Just all that combined, and just he still did get touchdowns taken. He was very efficient with ultra explosive runs. I know he's still on the Eagles, but maybe the defense regresses a little too. It's like for him to kill you at going top 5, he really needs either 2K again or 18, 19 touchdowns. So I just don't. I'm willing to take the bet against that. I think there's enough outs.
Okay, so Kramer went Hurts, so you got a lot of receivers here, which makes
DK, Pickens, JMO. Any of the top 3 are cool.
Let's go Pickens. Since we didn't do Lamb, it's almost like, to me, it's almost like you're betting, not that they both can't hit, but it's like maybe Lamb is, they're closer in comparison, and that ends up paying off for you. And I do like having Dak as a potential stack.
Yeah, Lamb's a fair price or a little disappointing, and Pickens is a great value. Yeah.
Exactly.
Touchdowns work his way or something.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So are you thinking another receiver here? DK?
I think so. DK or JMO.
JMO. Let's go JMO.
I don't have a strong preference. They're kind of same tier to me.
Yeah, I think they're kind of the same tier. I think DK probably ends up with more targets, but JMO, I don't know. I mean, I love the camp reports we're hearing from him.
Well, it's crazy when all year last year they said he's going to be the breakout player, and then he was, and then all year this year they're saying the same thing again. Yeah, that was just the beginning.
I just remember him back at Alabama. I mean, he would have been a smashed top 4 pick that year if he didn't blow out his knee in the national championship game. And, and of course, he's had other issues, the gambling and other stuff. But
he's been suspended or hurt every year of his career.
Yeah, so it's if we could get him fully healthy, not suspended, what could be?
And I don't know. I think the upside is worth where he goes. I do think he carries more risk maybe than Devonta Smith, Calvin Ridley, DK. But I think the upside is greater than those guys have too, just with that offense.
Where are you on Cortland Sutton?
I barely ever take him.
Really?
I think he's a totally safe, fine pick. I just kind of think he loses a little target volume overall. Just because they threw almost nothing to the tight ends. They added to the running game. They added some receiving talent with Pat Bryant. That's a little more debatable how much that impacts. But I think the tight ends are going to be the big thing. I think his target volume might just go down. He'll probably be fine. He'll probably go over a K. maybe the touchdowns kind of work out. He gets like 10 to 12 and he's a good pick, but I don't think he'll really be like a smash in any way. I think he's fine.
I guess I mean I do agree with you. There's a lot more mouths to feed there. Now I do also wonder if they're just better and they throw the ball more this year. Because if you look down the stretch last year, I think it was week 8 on maybe week 9, he was wide receiver 8, and so as Nick's improved, he improved, and I just feel like he is. He does have a good touchdown rate. Like Evan Ingram, while he's always been a volume guy, he's never been a big touchdown guy. Mims is like gimmicky or deep threat. Bryant, Franklin, all these guys. Like I just think in the red zone, Sutton's going to be the guy. So I could just see him stacking touchdowns. So I don't know. It's just, I guess for me, Denver finished 10th in points last year, and I just think their offense is on the way up. So their team, like not that them and the Lions at 100% flip, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're a top 5 offense. And if so, it's crazy to me we're taking their first player at 54.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Where do you like it at this range?
If we go receiver, I like Diggs, or I like Montgomery probably at running back.
I'm very bullish on Diggs, as you can tell, 22%.
Yeah.
But I think so. Like I mean, obviously he opens up May as a stack option, and I just think he's clearly healthy. Like those early reports that he might miss time, total fugazi. And I really like this receiver room now.
Yeah, the receiver room feels solid, and we started 2 straight running backs. I mean, I don't really feel weak with the receiver room like that at all.
So coming up on this pick, if Monty's there, do you want to just go there?
We could, unless you want to go another receiver.
I don't mind Jacoby Myers. I do want more of him. But I'm fine Monty. I'm fine Pacheco. I mean, Mixon I'm not taking here at this point, but
I would lean Monty or like Jaden Reed.
Yeah.
Ricky's gone, right? Ricky's gone?
Yes.
Yeah. Probably Monty. Monty's fine.
Monty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. And he has a different buy too.
Yeah.
And that's a really solid core at running back. I mean, we can just kind of get our last like 2 running backs kind of whenever we want. Now we don't have to worry about it at all.
Agreed. And this is like teams, when you're not taking an elite quarterback, I like doing this. I like being pretty balanced, because now I feel we're going to be very strong at running back and flex with Monty, and of course receiver. I mean, these 4 receivers and or helping in the flex, spike week upside with Pickens and JMO, Adams, and even Diggs, I think can just be guys who week in, week out are really, really strong.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know. I kind of feel like one thing I've kind of been thinking of more lately is just like like it's so simple, but just the fact that it is half PPR and the touchdowns matter so much.
Yeah.
Like those guys like Pickens and Devontae, where you think they could be such high-powered offenses and they could be real red zone guys.
Yeah.
Like it's just so valuable compared to, especially some of these guys going to bad offenses like a Jerry Jeudy or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is 1,100 yards and like 6 touchdowns? Is that, but you don't really get spikes. Like, is that really worth it?
No, I definitely agree, and not to keep dunking on Flowers, but that's the issue with Flowers. He just doesn't have a big touchdown role. And Shakir probably the same, though. That was the point of the multi-round difference. And, if Allen throws more touchdowns this year, he could benefit, or any of those guys. But and I don't mind, like you mentioned Jaden Reed, and I want more Jaden Reed. I like him for his spike week potential, but he's definitely not a consistent guy. And no, I just look at it like, I think Bijan, Adams, Pickens, Monty, all big touchdown guys. JMO, he had 7 touchdowns last year. Diggs has obviously had plenty of years with double-digit touchdowns. So I agree.
He had like 5 in like 7 games or something, right?
Yeah.
He actually had a lot last year. Yeah.
That's what people don't remember is even last year. And I know Nico missed like a game and a half of that, but he was like 12th when he got injured in receiver points. So
Yeah.
Let me just catch up on chat a little bit. Andrew asked, you don't like Chase Brown? Why not?
Just on Chase Brown, like, I don't know, just if he doesn't really consolidate the work as much, like maybe get 70% snap share, just kind of in the sense that maybe they don't want to use him as a workhorse just to keep him
Yeah.
healthy. And if Taj Brooks is actually good, he's been getting good reports. Maybe they feel comfortable like letting him mix in more. And it's just Chase Brown's kind of that like silent killer type who is okay where you picked him, but he doesn't really do anything special for you. He has spike week upside though, so I think he's okay, but I just don't love him where he goes.
Yeah.
Give me like Jacobs. I think his upside's better. I think his roll's better.
Yeah, and I agree with that. So what do you like in here? Was Shakir banged up? Hawkinson's even banged up. Mooney banged up. We could grab Fields. We could.
I like Hawkinson or Fields probably. Warren's okay too if you wanted a fourth running back.
Do you want to go Hawkinson?
That's cool, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know it says like a groin injury, but I'm still bullish.
So QB we could pass. Yeah, no, I'm pretty bullish on him too. I'm not super worried about the injury, but so QB we could pass and try to double tap like Dak Goff, but I don't know if you think they make it to our next turn.
Well, I think between Dak, Goff, and May, at least one of them will, or McCarthy. So we now have 4 options. I feel like so we could double tap. It just might not be Dak Goff.
All right, but we'll still get 2. So maybe
Yeah.
we go receiver here.
You want to do Keon Coleman?
Yeah, that sounds good. I'd be fine with Fields too if you want to do that, but I think we can double on our.
Yeah, I mean, Fields, and I know he's probably fully fine now and everything. But so I moved him down a little bit. I'll probably start moving him back up. So when he got injured, he was my number 2 quarterback at like 16%. So I'm now moved down slightly. I don't mind taking him again right around pick 100, but I actually like that since we have essentially 4 other stacks. I mean, 5 with Stafford later, but and we could even stack like Penix, with Bijan. So I just feel we have a lot of options that we didn't need to necessarily force it.
Oh yeah, and we could even get like Ray too with the Penix because I think with Mooney's injury, he becomes a lot more viable, and I think Ray is actually a little underrated beforehand anyway.
I agree. And now, where are you? I started moving him back up, but where are you on Kyle Pitts?
Kyle Pitts? I rarely take him. I don't even. His ADP is what, like 160 or something?
Well, it's
like
starting to move back up. I feel like. Let me see where he's at. Pitts 147 is ADP. I have him ranked at 160. I'm at.
I knew the ranking. Yeah, I'm probably like 2 or 3%.
Yeah.
I take him with Penix sometimes, but I've come around a little that maybe the upside's worth it, but I don't think I'll even hit Field. Maybe like 4 or 5, something like that.
Yeah, I'll probably be between 2 and 4%. I know I've taken him in a couple of slows that I have going on just with some of the London news, and also the other thing is like likely going down some. Gesicki now gaining a little competition. I'm still taking Gesicki, but it does make Pitts a little better just by comparison.
That's true. When he still did show like last year that Seahawks game, right? Like he has that like slate breaking upside still because he can hit big plays even if they're 3 times a year. So if it just happens to be week 16, week 17, then
Yep. So coming up on a few picks, let me hit up chat real quick. We got that in here. RBs are king. Yep. No argument here. Pepperoni, I'm also around ahead of ADP on Diggs. No way I'm clicking Judy or Myers over him ever. Yeah, I mean, Jacoby, I think, is the least defensible because if you look at his numbers down the stretch, which were with Bowers, they were pretty impressive, and he clearly got an offensive upgrade with coaching and quarterback. But I'm still I'm still massive on Diggs, obviously. And then Andrew saying Jacobs' passing work is nowhere near that level Chase Brown could get to. For a touchdown upside, I think you can split hairs. I think Jacobs has more just total touchdown upside. And generally agree with you and Hartman and I think this would be what you want, right?
Yeah. I think if he's there. Yeah.
Is down the stretch last year, Chase Brown had some of the most insane workloads. It was like him and Kyron were getting like 80%. No other running back was touching that. And I just could see it being more normalized, like 55%, 60% of snaps. And that could just be enough of an edge to push like a guy like Jacobs, who probably just has more raw touchdown upside.
Yeah. I mean, that's just how I view it too. But if you think he maintains 70+%,
do you want to go McCarthy here or?
I think so, right? Because that's probably our best out left.
Yeah.
Or we could wait on Penix if you like someone else.
No, I mean,
I like Loveland.
I like Loveland, but we have Hawkinson. To me, tight end starts. I mean, I like Loveland a lot, but tight end starts to, group together.
And Penix is really our only other out, and that's with a running back.
Yeah,
none of our other guys are even.
And the other thing I like with McCarthy is we're making a bet on that game, especially in like a BBM where it's a 500 person final. So if this team gets to the finals, we have Monty and JMO, so we got a nice like game stack for that game.
Right. Yeah, no, we built out that game pretty well. So, I mean, and then we could even look at we could look at some pieces to build out our other game too.
Yeah,
down the stretch.
No, I think that makes sense coming up when we come back with these next couple picks. So overall, I'm liking how this team is going.
Yeah, I think it's coming together pretty good because we feel strong in pretty much every room. We even got pretty good tight end. Our QBs don't feel too bad.
Yeah.
Everything feels pretty solid overall.
Yeah. No, I agree. Let's see. We got Disbanded in here with the dot. Hope you're doing well. Mike Rob, how's slow draft hell going? And are you starting to do less as the time drop will come in a few weeks? So I will start doing less. I'm hoping this week Underdog releases a couple tournaments because I think these like next 10 days are still the time where you can get most of your slow drafts done before the time drop, especially before it drops to like 1 hour. Because first it drops 4 hours and then 1 hour. So I want to do as many slows, and I even entered some marathon and sprints yesterday and weekly winners just because I want more volume on those tournaments. A, they can be hard to fill fast, and B, I don't want to just do them all slows when the clocks are quicker.
Yeah, I think sprint could be one I could see hopping in some slows. I'm starting to kind of clear out of a lot of mine, other than like German Shepherd 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
So if I could see sprint maybe doing like 25, 30 slows, I really wanted to get to like 50 to 75 range on that. I'm only at like 30. So I've done them all fast. Those have all been fast.
Yeah. I do think they will drop some more promos for those and probably just in general, dropping a few more promos, but so I didn't want to do too many of them slow right now because I'm expecting, these next couple of weeks we'll see some promos there. All right. So what do you like here?
I like the tight ends. I like Cedric Tillman. If maybe a tight end and a running back, maybe Kincaid or Goddard, and then or we could do like Pitts, Penix, but
let's do Kincaid to start. Is Penix gone? I think Penix is gone. Yeah.
Okay. Probably you think running back or receiver here?
I could see either way.
Or if you like something else.
Let's
I would probably be Eckler or Tillman if for running back and receiver. Eckler,
let's
Tillman.
Just pull up Eckler. He has been falling some, but let's just pull him up. I mean, he's one of my favorite running backs in this range, and then he is a bring back for the Dallas. So I think
and I like him there, and I think like Algier and Rashad White are kind of my other two in that range, but obviously we were kind of out on both of them having their starters. So I really like grabbing Eckler there. It gives us a piece as a bring back too.
Yeah, and while I've been bringing up guys like Ford and Allen, and maybe wondering we'll still be there when we get back, we could take them. Are you thinking two tight? Are you good with two tight ends, Hawk and Kincaid, or do you think we need to add on a third?
I would be fine stopping at 2, but I think maybe if we get a good price on Ertz, maybe we
Mm-hmm.
take him. But we don't have to, you
Yeah.
know. And then QB, do you want to get a third or no?
I mean, generally, I think gain a third can make sense. We don't really have anything else completely built out, but it could just be an advanced piece.
I mean, if Tua comes back, I think that value is like we have a Tampa Bay piece, so it's like kind of correlated, but
Yeah,
I guess that doesn't really matter for week 17 to have that because it's more of an advance rate piece. But Tua would be a good value if he came back.
yeah. I mean, Stafford, I guess, would
Oh,
make sense.
Stafford.
Yeah,
Yeah, and we have the QBs to carry him through even if he does start hurt. So I
yeah.
guess we could probably just target him. And then probably if Tillman comes back, obviously he's probably the smash, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm very high on Tillman.
Yeah, I'm the same. And I think I'm close to you on exposure, like 12-ish. But he's definitely a guy I want to get like probably in the higher teens, like 16, 17.
Yeah,
I'd like at least double the field on him because he's so cheap. Why not, right?
yeah, and it's just another situation where if you look at the four games, I wrote about this. The four games where after Cooper got traded and Tillman played and started, and he got hurt in the fifth one. But in those four games, he out targeted Judy. He had more catches than Judy. Judy had a few more yards, and it was 3 touchdowns for Tillman, 1 for Judy. The reason why Judy had more yards is he had an 89-yard touchdown catch. I mean, that's just not, like that may never happen again. So without that catch, like even if that was a 40-yard catch, Tillman would have had more yards.
Well, that was against the Raiders, right?
And I believe that was against the Saints.
Oh, the Saints. Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause I think Judy might have like fried the Raiders last year one week. But
So late in the year, Judy had that great game, but that was after Tillman got hurt. Or
okay.
after we're against the Broncos where he smashed them for 200 yards.
Right. That was crazy. Yeah.
All right.
Snow
So
game.
Tillman,
Yeah,
Stafford may
that
come
one for
back,
sure.
but Tillman is easy pick there, I feel like. No.
So QB, do we want to? Is there anything left, or probably not?
I mean,
Unless we want to grab Rogers or AR.
yeah. I don't love AR, obviously, but I would take him in a build like this where if he ends up just,
I mean, we could wait till the next turn if you want and grab like running back or receiver here. Also, I'm
let's
fine with
see, running back. Anything stand out to you here?
Jalen Wright, Roshan if we want running back. Pat Bryant, Thielen, that's just fine.
Let's go Jalen Wright because that is a bring back to Bucky.
Yeah,
We have 1 week 12 Eckler, but it's not like we have others.
yeah, our lowest 2 guys, so it's not really a
So
big deal.
I think that running back room is now really strong, and I just want a little bit more right. It does sound like he's going to get worked in more. He's in good shape, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, we can see it. If we get a QB back, then that's good. But if
Yeah.
not, I think our 2 are strong enough. We could even throw on like a Dart, a Shuck if we really want to.
I mean, well, here,
Russ.
we just took Tillman. Would you take a Flacco?
I would be open to it. I would say I'm like crazy enough. I would probably go Shadur, but I would be fine with Flacco. I think that's a more reasonable pick, probably.
Well, and I guess the way I look at one, I also look at, I do think it matters like when your quarterback buys are. Like if we had like 12 and 14, I may feel a little different, but 6 and 10, Flacco, I think, is almost guaranteed to be starting through week 6 and very likely through week 10 from what it sounds like. I mean, Pickett was the only one giving him any competition from the sounds of it, and he's banged up. Dylan Gabriel doesn't look
Gabriel
good.
Sucks, right?
Yeah. And then Shador, he even had to take a day off because of arm soreness. So it's like, and he was mainly working with the 2s and 3s. So
yeah, I think Flacco, you're probably safe until at least that week 9 bye.
yeah.
I think, because just if they're so bad, maybe
Mhm.
they just say, like even if Flacco's playing okay, see what Gabriel and Shadur can do, and then next year we'll figure it out in the draft. They have two
Yeah.
firsts, maybe if Shadur's good or Gabriel's good, they don't have to burn it all down for QB. But
No,
not
I
not
agree.
super likely, but
Like there's a little risk there, but it'd be one thing if like Gabriel or Shador were like, you know, tearing it up in camp and you're like, okay, it's just a matter of time before they work their way in. But right now it just doesn't sound good. Like I read
yeah.
the Athletic article in yesterday, maybe today, and it was like 9 things we've seen at camp, and it's like like the first 2 points were like the camp battle that isn't, because it's just like
Yeah.
Flacco's just running away with it. Um,
Yeah, and like I've heard Shadur's had good days, but yeah, it sounds like not consistent. And like Flacco's just consistently like pretty good. But yeah, like Gabriel, it sounds like he's just doing
he's
horrible.
struggling. Yeah. Now I will say Gabriel is getting more reps with the one, so it could be,
Right.
Shador's doing better against guys who aren't going to make the team.
Right. Shadur's
But
playing against accountants like always.
yeah, yeah. So we're up in 2, and then I'll hit back on chat. Um,
I mean, I kind of like Arroyo if we wanted a third tight end. I think that's some fun upside. Slayton's cool at receiver. We could do like a Slayton Giants thing.
let's do Slayton first and see.
Keenan's cool too.
Yeah,
Yeah, because right now it's kind of weird. I thought he'd be getting pulled up more lately. I guess he's not signed yet, but he's visiting. Kind of shows like if he wants to play, he's gonna play.
yeah. No, I think he ends up playing somewhere. It's just a matter of where. So, what do you feel here? Like, if Arroyo's back, do you want to go down that road, or do you
I
want
kind of
to?
like I kind of like Arroyo unless you want to grab a QB.
Okay. I mean, Flacco, we probably could wait to the 18th round if
Yeah,
that's where we go.
yeah. I mean, I like Arroyo. Do you feel like our receivers and RBs are good or
I think our RBs are definitely good receivers. I could see another.
Arroyo or Keenan probably would be my picks then. Either one.
I mean, let's go Arroyo. It's just Hawkinson is his second year back from a major injury, and Kincaid's just never. So I'm fine doing that. I'm fine getting some betting on some upside there.
And
Um,
I think just with how cheap he is, like just that whole argument of project the tight end versus project the receiver, right?
yeah,
His role in that offense will probably be big enough where he's out projecting most of these receivers. I think Keenan's debatable, but he still carries some risk.
agreed, agreed. Let me get back in chat. Pepper Tony says prefer the Cincy playoff schedule versus Green Bay. I think that's definitely helps. I think Cincy is got a good playoff schedule, but I'm just fine. I'm probably Jacobs over Brown for sure, but I'm still taking Brown some. I think I'm at like 7%. Adam agreeing on Jacobs. Paulino here. I like the Minnesota Dallas correlation as they play in the playoffs. Could be great advance rate game. That's a good point.
Yeah.
We got Eddie saying, "What's going on, Steve? Doing good. How are you doing, Eddie?" Randall, Flacco season, baby. I mean, it's looking like that more and more. Why are we so dismissive of Gabriel but willing to gamble on Shador? I mean, I'm really not gambling on any either of them, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. Like when I said I'm more willing to take Shadur, like I have like 1% or less.
Yeah.
Like I have like $30 on Shadur. Like don't get it twisted. I'm not picking him much.
Yeah, I might have that in Superflex, but that's about it. and pre-draft, obviously.
Oh
They
yeah,
obviously like
pre-draft,
Gabriel.
yeah.
At least Cleveland quarterbacks are better than New Orleans. That is true. It's not looking great for the Shuck shares. Flacco is a lead baby. I mean, I will say, I think if Flacco, and honestly, the same with Russ, for whatever these guys play, they will have multiple usable weeks, like multiple 20-point games. Saints could use Tommy DeVito. Ouch. It might not be wrong, but that's not a good comment. Stores to equipment guys, apparently. And his plans for for shots during the second draft, it's what Jesus would do. Why Hartman And then
Tally.
would you rather Shador or Milrow from Rob, Andrew Rob? For me, I I plead the fifth. I want neither. But
Milrow with Arroyo.
if
Ooh,
I had to choose
uh,
one, it would be probably Milrow. But
we
I
did.
honestly think both end up as being quarterback 3 in their team.
Huh, yeah, yeah, that would be. I mean, we do have the stack. Uh, yeah, no, I mean Milrow. It's like it's a pretty thin bet. I do
Yeah.
think his upside if he plays, I guess, is like pretty good. Kind of like the AR Dimes thing where maybe the rushing gets him there, but he might
Yeah.
be a like horrible passer.
Yeah.
Um, so here are you feeling receiver QB?
I mean, quarterback, Russ went, we do Slayton for late season dart or Flacco or receiver. I mean, Diami, Atwell.
I like Ray if we went receiver probably,
Okay.
and then QB if you like a QB, I'm cool with any of them.
I'll do Ray. I think it's, I think it's a fine pick. I think we could use, we started strong, but we didn't have like, we're betting
The
on number
elite
2
talent.
receivers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of across the board. So now some I think could move up to number 1, like a Tillman, like Diggs. I think is number 1, but and it's close enough. But yeah, I think adding an 8th receiver there is fine, and we're just making a team bet
What?
on
And I
it.
think all our early number twos are offenses we feel very confident in.
Yes.
Because I mean, I think they're all high scoring offenses, big passing. Yeah.
Yeah. No, agreed. I mean, up until Cleveland, I think even New England's going to be probably at least top 20, if not top half offense.
Right. And we got the
Cleveland and
one for
Giants might be
them.
later, but
Yeah.
and same at tight end, like Minnesota, Buffalo. Like I don't have a ton of Kincaid, but it's again and I don't mind doing this sometimes, taking like 2 shots on a good offense, even if I don't have the quarterback, because it's like we will get a significant chunk of that passing offense.
Right. Well, and I think the idea with the Bills too, like he spreads it around so much, Josh Allen, like just getting different pieces with how late they go for an offense that could throw 40 plus touchdowns. Like, Palmer, Keon, Kincaid, they'll go past pick 100 in a
Yeah.
great offense. Like, yeah, why not just tack on some pieces even if you don't love the players?
Yeah.
Like as individuals, yeah.
Let's take a look at what Kramer did. He went 2-6-7-3, so 2 quarterbacks as well. Him going Hurts and Purdy. Then JT, Jacobs, Ramondre, Tootin, Braylon Allen, Garendo, and then receiver Lamb, Devonta Smith, Juwan Jennings, Reed, Brandon Ayuk, Demario Douglas, who's somebody who's been moving up. Yeah, he took him at 147. His ADP is really climbing.
Yeah.
Dante
Crazy.
Thornton, and then 3 tight ends. Loveland kind of is the anchor, and then Sanders and Higbee. So I mean, yeah, I think he's obviously quarterback strong, and then double anchor running back. Receivers up top.
I like the team overall quite a bit. I think receiver could be a little thin early season with Ayuk missing and Juwan's dealing with a little injury, but I think that overall you have the strength that like running back, quarterback, tight end's good enough with Loveland up top. I think it's pretty solid overall.
I mean, personally, I probably would have I just don't know what to make on Higbee. And maybe that is a mistake because I know it does sound like Ferguson's not totally ready. But I probably, when I have Loveland, I'm fine typically stopping at 2 tight ends. And I probably would have used another receiver, just like you said, like even if you're right on Ayuk and he's great down the stretch and you have Purdy, it could be that first month or more could be kind of thin.
Yeah, but I think it's a solidly constructed team overall.
Oh, for
Like
sure.
you could maybe even argue maybe like that last running back you throw at receiver because his number 2 is Chig. So even with Loveland, like I get maybe wanting 3 tight ends, but I do agree with you. I think could have taken one of them out as well, like Higbee out. Yeah, just get a Coker or something like that.
Yeah. So because like, and I've taken Thornton a little bit, but Thornton could end up, particularly early in the season. Maybe he's the guy down the stretch who's really good, hitting some spike weeks, but early in the year he just might not be doing much as well. So that'd just be the concern there is you just get a little too far behind to catch up, and late in the year when you can really hit, you're just behind. But it's splitting hairs really.
Yeah, and that running back duo, that might carry you through the early season because that's kind of the flip is they're going to be healthiest right then, right? So they kind of carry that receiver room early, and then kind of vice versa later, maybe.
Yeah. Let me get check chat, and then we will get into a Badge Bros. Hartman, you answered California. I suggest you check the clock. But what if that's what you need to win, Hartman? I can't remember what.
Oh, taking shots.
Oh, I need to check the clock. Don't mind me. Kramer saying good draft. I'm not concerned about Jennings early. I think it's a contract issue, not a calf issue. I'm not really worried about Juwan. It's more the Ayuk.
Yeah, I will say with Juwan, he did have the calf earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he comes back, all of a sudden he's hurt, minor injury. Yeah.
I mean, maybe like week 1 for Juwan, but I don't think like the worry about Ayuk is that could be 6 week, 4 to 6 weeks.
Oh yeah,
maybe even more.
So would you consider Ricky over Juwan at this point or no?
I am like I'm definitely I've always been more bullish at Ricky at ADP because for a while there was like over around difference, but now I think I just think Ricky does what Debo did, so I don't think Juwan's doing that. I don't think Ayuk's doing that. So that's my take on it. And of course, Ricky, just first round pick, younger guy.
Those couple games at the end too, he really showed the upside potential, right? To really beat the man coverage. Yeah.
No,
I'm same. I'm all in on Ricky.
I'm like 20% on him as well.
Yeah, I think I'm at like 18, but like 2% Juwan.
So would you want to, I know you mentioned sprint earlier. I know we talked about Badge Bros, but do you want to check and see if it's close to filling? Maybe we could get in a sprint.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I'm cool with pretty much any format other than like weekly winners.
All right. I'm going to try and enter a sprint. So let's see. I mean, if it's like 10 to fill, we're not going to sit around and wait, but we will jump in, see where we're at here. And not looking too great. But anyone who wants to join, waiting on 7, if we want to sit here for a minute and just see.
I'll post it in one of the Discords quick too.
Okay. Yeah, because I do want to do more sprint and marathon. I'm a big fan of both contests, and
when they did the promo to do like 7 sprints, I think I ended up doing like 10 or something because you could actually fill them.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, cool. I'm gonna do even more.
Yeah, I when they did the what was it? It was around the 4th of July where it was like do 4 of each. I think I did. Yeah. I ended up doing 6 because I wanted to make sure I had 4, and at the same time, I think Pitbull was going on, and it still is a $20 contest, and I couldn't tell I could tell like my marathons because they're the $15 entries, and weekly winners. Like if you look at your transactions, we'll say weekly winners $10. So then I knew the other $10 were eliminators, so I could count up and make sure I did enough of those. But I was like, oh shit, is that a Pitbull or is that a sprint? Well, let me just throw another one in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I did like 6 that time, but
yeah, I didn't do the 4-4-4 one because I really didn't want to do any more weekly winners. I did like 10, and I don't want to do another. And that one's gonna fill soon anyway, so that's kind of cool. It probably won't even get, it won't get promos or anything. It'll all go to the other stuff. So
yeah.
And hopefully the other stuff fills quicker. I was kind of shocked weekly winners is the fastest one. I couldn't believe that. It's like everyone I talk to doesn't like that one, it seems like.
I know. I don't. There were some things I wish they would change. Like I talked about this with Huheems a little bit. I wish they would change the min price of it, or the min cash instead of $7. Make it 10. Like I would probably lower the top prize instead of 20K up top. I'd do like 15, and then lower second, third, and fourth a little bit, and then put that money instead of, because it's like 501 to 4,000 get $7, which isn't even cover an entry fee. So make that 10 and maybe do like 500 to 1,000 get like 15, and then the 200 to 500 get bump up the bottom a little bit,
Right.
and just because then I think it would be a little bit better, because it's just tough, because like I had multiple, I probably I counted up last year. I can't remember off the top of my head. Like I want to say I did like 40 some. We only had 3 more to go for the sprint, so really good chance we could fill this. I did like 40 or 50 weekly winners last year, and on average, I think there was 1 week where I didn't cash a single time, but on average, I cashed at least 2 entries every week. And so some I had 1, some I had 3. Once or twice I had 4, but it's just like I'm losing money because I only got to the 15 mark like 3 times, and it's just, if it's one of those things, if you just had more people getting 10, more people getting 15, I think it would be a much better format. But
yeah,
that's my thought.
Yeah, because like that's how dailies are too, where like they should be, when you hit min cash, it should at least be paying entry, if not double your entry.
Yeah.
Like that's usually what min cash is in any daily, so it should be like the same format. And yeah, I did like 10 to 15 both the last 2 years, and I think 1 year I made like $30 and 1 year I lost like $20-$30. So it was like barely won, barely lost.
Pepper Tony says you have to get a 0.2% top finish to get $15. Yeah, it's just wild. Like I get it. Like you can't have, because your entry, your $15, or I'm sorry, $10 entry fee pays for 17 entries, and sure, you're not going to be competitive all 17 weeks, but so I get it can't be like 10% cash every week, but at least I wouldn't. And that was the other thing, like if you maybe, even if you extend out the cash to another 500 people or something like that, I think it would, because I had so many where I'd be like right on the border of 1 or 2 more cashing in a given week. And yeah, I just think if they would, if they'd ask for feedback, not that they need to take it, but that's how I do it. Like I think anyone would be happy to win 15K for a given week, and that would be perfect, because if you were to max enter, that's $1,500. That'd be 10 times your max entry fee.
Yeah. Or like I even think, I mean, people love that $5 price point, like double the field, make it like $5, and then you can have at least like a way deeper like cashing amount, because then at least it takes out some variance. So if you are building right, like a bigger field works better if you're building better teams, right? Yeah.
And I would say
flatter structure would probably be good.
We're still waiting on 3. Let me catch up a little bit on chat while we're waiting. Overlay chasing rooms will probably be softer than having to send out the bad signal to fill a room. Yeah. I do agree with that. FK, weekly winner strategy feels sort of easy but boring. Weekly winners is a scam. Pepper Tony's not a fan. People just enter because you don't need to wait until the end of the season to get paid out. I agree. I think people like that instant gratification, like, oh wow, I could win the 20K. I mean, it's very unlikely, but I could win 20K. And we're waiting on 1, so we're about to fill a sprint. That is exciting, because that does not always happen. And this is the other thing, like, yeah, battle royales are essentially weekly winners, right? In a way, yeah. FK saying I did 25 just because I don't think anyone's doing it right. I'll probably be around 25. I think I'm at 15 right now, 16. And and it is tough. And injuries can just kill you, because 2 years ago I had a couple that were scoring really well early on. Like, these teams were really built. I had some elite quarterbacks and receivers, but like one, I had Saquon on it, and he goes down for injury. So it's like all those weeks I'm just dead. I have no chance to like cash in at that point. Or another one like Keenan Allen at the end, the last couple of weeks. So it can be tough. I think it's an interesting format, but I wish there was maybe a few more improvements. Yeah, it's a tough one. What do you see? Tough to say. Oh, we filled it. That is nice. So let's see. We got Candyman in here. We got nice. We got Eric in here. I definitely recognize a few other names. So we are in the 4th spot.
I think Fantasy Chef is someone, but I can't remember the name.
And then for Wayne, I don't know who he is, but I've seen him in like.
He's in a lot of drafts.
Yeah, I think he's in like sometimes in like PPR Tyler streams and.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see that Pomeranian 2 is live?
Oh, nice. Nope. We're talking at the beginning of the show. Like, when are they going to release something? So, all right. With the 4th spot, and I think if somehow
Jamar Chase, if he makes it, yeah.
Let's just put these 4 guys in, and I think we're going to get one of them.
Yeah, no, that sounds good to me. So you're overweight, Saquon. So you're just kind of like he's just kind of the best running back in the league. Like, just take the best guy who ran for 2K.
It's Gibbs. You're good, right?
Gibbs is fine. If you want to go Saquon, we can though.
No, I'm like, I honestly view him very similarly. But for me, it's like Saquon. One, he's been falling to 6 now more. And so it's just, I've even got him at 7 a couple of times, because somebody will pull up like Neighbors or CMC. And for me, it's like, I understand like the data of historical back-to-back years, though there are absolute exceptions if you look back through things. But it's just, the offensive line is still elite. The offense is still, they changed their offense coordinator, but I don't think anything really changes there. And yeah, I don't think he gets 2K again, but he also could get he had very low pass involvement last year, and maybe he gets a little bit more this year. And even if not, I actually think the touchdowns could go up. He did have like 11 carries that were stopped inside like the 1 or whatever. I mean, if 3 of those pop in, that covers a lot of yards. Like, that would cover almost 200 yards less. So, I wouldn't be surprised if he leads the league in touchdowns. It is just that kind of thesis. Like, that offense should be elite again. They should have a ton of leads, salting them away at the end of games. And he is just so explosive.
Yeah, and I think with him, like, I can completely see the argument for taking him and like why you would be overweight. I think it's just like, I want to take stands on certain guys, so that forces me to be lower, and he's the easiest one for me to make the case against, I guess. Mm-hmm. But I see the case for, I do think defensive regression's coming, but touchdown regression, like, positively for him, could easily carry that, could easily work that out, even if he only has like 1,700 rushing, something like that.
All right, so who do you like at this pick?
I mean, we go Bucky again. Hill's fine. Jacobs is fine. And the top 3. Bride's fine.
Let's do Jacobs just since we did Bucky last time.
All right, yeah, change it up. I like Jacobs quite a bit where he goes, so that feels pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I know sometimes Jacobs comes back around, but I'm just not, like, I take Tyreek some, but I don't know if I love him for a sprint. Just you need to trust. You need to trust.
A nice schedule. yeah, that's the real issue. He does have a nice schedule though.
Because if even in like BBM, like if maybe Tua is healthy week 15 and Tyreek goes off and advances you, but it's like then he gets hurt, which we've seen before. Yeah, I don't know. It's just I have a tougher time with Tyreek.
Yeah, I can definitely see that where like it just kind of screws you in a week.
So now would you pull up Lamar?
Yeah, I like that. I think there's been some like data that shows that elite QBs kind of separate in the sprint formats.
Yeah. And
So
also Lamar and Jacobs are week 17 game. So, that's one third of the games. So I don't know, just it definitely intrigues me to play it that way. And I agree. The other thing I wanted to mention, not only did the Pomeranian 2 come out, but the Husky 2 came out.
oh yeah. Yeah, I just saw my crap with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah.
Um,
That's pretty crazy. So as soon as the last one filled, they just
yeah.
dropped another.
I mean, I will say, like, I prefer Husky over Chow Chow. So I'm glad they did that instead of doing the Chow Chow 2.
Yeah, the Husky has a better advance rate, and I like the 10 max.
Yeah.
You know, it's easier. I mean, you can basically do 2 Huskies for 1 Chow Chow, like max to max.
Yeah.
Close. Yeah.
Yeah, and well, that's the other thing. And I only ended up doing 9 Chow Chows. I was going to do 10, but I saw it was filling, and then the last couple of percentage points, I just, I went to check back in and it was filled because I wanted to do one like right beforehand, and it just ended up filling. But yeah, it was like I was going to stop at 10 because you only got 550 for making the finals, so you could do 11, 555. So you could do 11, but I was going to stop at 10. I ended up doing 9. But yeah, like you said, like 10 Huskies versus 10 Chow Chows. I think it's 10 Huskies easily, not just because, you're saving, $100, but
That 2 out of 8 second round after the 3 out of 12. That's
yeah.
such a nice rate to get. Yeah.
And they're both 50K, and it's not like a difference of like the Chow Chow is 100K and you're chasing that or something like that.
Right, exactly. Yeah, the payout's the same. So yeah. I'm pretty happy about the Husky too. Back to back, that's a little bit of cash to drop, but
I wouldn't. I'm surprised because they did it early. I just talked about it was in late June, like the Pitbull. Like that's another one, really good advance rate, $20, 10 max, at 200 total. It's not the 3 of 12, but it has one of the stronger advance rates, and that actually does have 100K top prize. So I'm surprised, we didn't necessarily see that come out again. So where are you thinking here?
Man, I mean, I like DJ Moore or DK probably lock down maybe like DK targets. We could get Sutton too. Sutton's good for the same reason.
Let's
just lock down a 1 who will get us.
Yeah, let's
volume.
go DK. There's a chance maybe Sutton would come back. I mean, maybe he went 52 or 53 in the BBM. That's right where we're at.
Well, obviously, I'm high on Rice, and I actually kind of like DJ Moore. Like, I'm okay with Moore, and I like Pickens, but I think getting just a number 1 floor and ceiling combo right now should kind of be our priority, right?
Agreed. Yeah. And now at 52, I would take. I just don't like. I haven't liked Moore's price, and I actually think Odunze kind of ends up being the number 1 there. I mean,
Flowers is my guy for sure. Yeah.
Flowers would be in play just with the stack and essentially at his now new ADP.
Yeah, I'd probably lean Flowers. I'm cool with Devontae Smith too. He could just be a little inconsistent, but I like both. Either one, not Rice.
Yeah. I'll go Flowers. I mean,
all right. Yeah, grab the stack. It makes sense in the sprint, right? Because you just want that hot streak. Ravens are hot. They score 100 points over 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Flowers is a big part, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're telling ourselves.
Yeah. And I actually think Flowers is a little better for this format because I think he'll have a lot of usable weeks. I just don't think, last year he only had one 20-point game. And sure, we want more than that. But if he's got like 18 points, 19 points, that can be our wide receiver 3, our flex. Like, we don't need, I know we're drafting him as our wide receiver 2, but we don't need him to be, or our hope, we hopefully will build it strong enough that we won't necessarily need him there. So,
yeah.
I think over the 3 weeks, like he could have 3 usable weeks where some other receivers maybe only give you 1 week in that 3-week window.
Right, like Devonta Smith, maybe he gives us a 25, but then a 9 and a 12 or something like that.
So I haven't answered this yet just because of the new contest coming out. But where do you see the final fill rates in the marathon and sprint being? I mean, I do think they will offer more bonuses. I think there are people who will just chase the overlay. I'm going to guess they're both over 80%. The marathon last year was like 89%. The sprint last year was a much higher price point, $50. So I'm going to guess they're both over 80%.
The sprint last year got to like 93. I checked mine from last year. Yeah. I'm going to guess 85 to 90 for both. Yeah. But I think the promo, it depends how hard they go on the promos, because I think they could be closer to like that 80 number if they don't go super hard, but overlay chasers will get it over 80 for sure.
What's also, when you get to those last like 2 weeks, BBM's probably filled, a limb's filled, weekly winners is filled. They might drop a few of these contests. Like they dropped a German Shepherd 2 and a Hound Dog 3 like late August last year, like after BBM filled, and like maybe one more Schnauzer, like mini Schnauzer, but like that's why people were playing that's why they got up to the percent they were, just because everything else was filled.
Well, BBM fill rate's lagging behind a little bit, right?
It is, yeah. So where do you want to go here?
Pearsall's good too. Debo or Pearsall would be my picks.
I
like Pearsall a lot.
Yeah, let's go Pearsall. I mean, I do want more Debo. I've been taking him more. He's looking good in camp. All that, but
I looked. I'm at 12% Debo. I couldn't believe it because I was way underweight early. I was like out on him, and then I just kept thinking about it more, and they were all reporting good at camp, even if he didn't look great. And I was like, man, how am I going to pass on this guy in the Jaden Daniels offense? Like the touchdown machine guy. That doesn't seem like the best bet.
Yeah, no, I still think the Terry thing gets done, but I do think Debo can be a nice pick in this range.
His like short yardage roll around the goal line and stuff is where I really just wonder, like, what if he gets like 4 rushing touchdowns and then, 8 to 10 receiving? Like, I just don't see that as out of the realm possibility at all. And for his cheap, this is the cheapest Debo's been in like 5 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And he was decent to start last year before he had all that pneumonia and the injuries and stuff.
Yeah.
He had some big games still. So
no,
I'm getting more and more in.
All right, coming up in a couple of picks, Candyman just took Jacoby Myers.
I was gonna say Laporta. I like Diggs again.
Yeah, it's hard for me to quit Diggs.
Yeah. I mean, he's just like right there. It's like I think the only other pick for me I'd ever debate is pulling up like Reed, but it's just Diggs' role is so much better, so much more consistent. Like, it's hard to pull up a guy with more question marks.
And like Reed, I am low on Reed because I'm more golden, but it's just I feel like Reed is better for like a BBM because he might only have one spike week in the playoffs. And not even just spike week, like usable week. And sure, it could be like a 30-point game. And that still has value in the sprint, but that has the most value if it advances you to the next round in the playoffs or is in the finals, of course. Where like Diggs could have, 15 to 25 points every week. Same with Ricky, same with Zay, same with DK,
Right. All these guys could dominate their team in target share, could be the number one guy, especially in a short span. The 3, Ricky, Diggs, and DK, they could be most of the year, but Zay, he could be in a short span as well.
Yeah. Let me catch up a little chat. Weekly winners is the best. I mean, I think it's fun. Don't get me wrong. I wish there were some tweaks. That's all. But they probably won't make tweaks since it's the one thing that fills at the highest rate.
I think Thad said before he did pretty good in weekly winners last year.
Yeah.
He had a good cash.
Our guy spread, he had one of the weeks, he had like a top 20 finish.
Oh, nice.
So that was like a $700, $750, whatever it is. Husky 2 is live. It's like when Steve went back to the second summer work, Chippendale's stage name Husky Hammer. Mike, you know me so well. Dad loving it. When Milrow and Shador play, we will have 8 starters from the state of Texas.
There you go.
Fancy Dog, appreciate you seeing in here. 24th like. Yes, please like this episode. We've just been having fun drafting, talking ball. But I appreciate everyone for jumping in here, liking some drafting with us. And I'm glad we were able to fill sprint.
Yeah, no. Always fun to draft a sprint. You don't get to do these too much.
No. Nope. So are you not doing any marathons?
I did the promo, like the 7, so I think I'm at like 10 total because I did 1 or 2 with you guys.
Yeah.
Like when you guys were streaming it. Not really. Maybe like a couple more if they put out a promo, but I want to do more volume on drafters, so I'm kind of saving that type of bankroll for drafters. Because I want to get in like quite a bit of their main tournament. And I've barely done any.
Let's see here. What do you like?
I like Warren. I can't see too many players. Warren, Mark Andrews.
I think Andrews makes sense.
All right, yeah, slight pull up, but I mean, I love his value anyway. And stacked, too. That's
and especially
great.
with the likely news, like.
Oh yeah. I didn't even think about that. I've been pretty big on Andrews all the way through. I haven't really clicked likely hardly ever. So, but yeah, that definitely bumps Andrews for sure.
Yeah, like I don't have a lot of Warren, but I would have done him there. But I think Andrews just makes so much sense. We could look running back because ADPs are a little different on this. We do need to keep that in mind.
We can get the guy.
We can get the guy. We'll see if Candyman might not let me. Let us.
Oh yeah. He's pretty into.
And actually, Forey Wayne took him. He had no running back, so I get it.
I like Tracy. I like Dobbins if we go RB.
Yeah.
I like Cup and Pittman. I don't know how you feel about Mooney. Are you taking him here? Are you avoiding him?
He just went.
I like some of the rookie receivers too, like a Trey Harris if you wanted to go that route. But
I'm fine with any receiver here. Who do you want to go?
I probably like Pittman the most. But if you have a different lean, that's cool.
No, Pittman, we don't have a week 11 bye. I just want to make sure we're mixing up a little bit.
I mean, I like Harris and Keon too. I think Cup's a decent value, but I think Pittman's really undervalued where he goes. He's had a really nice role when healthy. They're saying he's all healthy now.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah. So, and I just feel like running back, like we could have pulled up like Tracy, but in here, his ADP is lower in Dobbins. I mean, one of them might even come back to us. And if not, like there's guys like Charbonnet, Stevenson, etc.
We got.
It just didn't feel like we had to pull it up.
Well, we have good running backs to start, so so we can push it a little bit more. We have a little bit more leniency, but I think with Pittman, that really rounds out our receiving room. We have a real solid base. We maybe just get some spike week guys later and call it pretty good. Yeah.
And then I really like getting Andrews there, just getting I think he could be a top 5 tight end this year.
Definitely.
Let's check chat. Agreed. Most people are saying Barkley will get hurt, not as many touchdowns. Yeah, I mean, injury would be, and because of the volume, like I do agree his injury risk is a little higher. But yeah, we got Juan in here. Hello, Fanspeak crew. Good to see you, Juan. Mind to Matt Fury, PFG. Yeah, no, I mean, we see it more and more. Like Receivers, what is it, like 6 straight years there's been a different number one receiver. So it's
Yeah,
not
that sounds
as
right.
sticky as people make it out to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Henry's another one I want a lot of. As we talked about earlier, another guy who could just lead the league in touchdowns.
Tracy or a QB?
Do you want to go Drake?
Yeah, we could go Drake May. Yeah.
I just think that makes
who are our two RBs? Yeah, Gibbs and
Jacobs.
Yeah, let's just go Drake May.
Like if Tracy's there coming back, but to me, there's not a big difference between like Tracy and Stevenson.
And we could, even if we want, we could go one more receiver and be like pretty much that. Either stack it or go Burden. I like both of their upside.
Agreed. And yeah, no, I'm fine either way. I mean, if Tracy's there, I'm fine with that. I think we got. I mean, Burden just went with Candyman, but we definitely have options.
Could you take the comment down?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay, Ramondre. Okay, I was wondering because I saw another stacked player. You know, I wouldn't mind. We could stop at 2 tight ends also. Grab a tight end here. We could get like Kraft as a bring back. We already have Jacobs as a bring back, but
I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing.
And that'd probably be a stop at 2 if we want like Kraft, or I don't know if Loveland or Warren's there. Njoku's there.
But Njoku, Goddard. I'm a little less on Njoku in something like this, just because what if end of the year it is like Shador or Gabriel, and it's like we're relying on them to get us.
That's true. That's a fair point. I mean, you want to go Bateman?
I'm good. Bateman, Kraft, Ramondre, any of these. You pick.
I'd go Bateman or Kraft. Maybe Bateman. I mean, that's a good value. Yeah, and we're pretty set at receiver with that. We have the whole Ravens stack.
Yeah, and
so
no,
Ravens go off. They score 100 points those 3 weeks, right? That's the that's the thesis.
You know, that's absolutely the thesis, and
it's not the worst bet you can make. Yeah.
No. Because I just feel like we have two, kind of elite running backs, and then like just the difference between like Stevenson or Ray Davis, Rashard White, etc. Keep going down this line, like Samson, Bigsby, Algier, all these guys, very similar. Doesn't mean I don't want some Stevenson, but I don't think there's a massive difference between those types of guys. Let me bring up the board.
One thing I noticed, I had a quick question. Do you have a big bag of Miles Sanders, or are you out on the Cowboys running backs as a whole?
So let me see. Dallas. I have the most Sanders. Dallas. So Devontae 2.7, Jaden Blue 1.7, and Miles Sanders 7.7. So I have by far the most Sanders. Yeah.
Okay. But he's only just close to field. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were like 25% Miles Sanders or something.
No, and I think part of the issue is there's so many backs in that area that I'm fine taking, including starting to pull up guys like, sometimes when like Sanders falls to like 90, well then, maybe I want Taj Brooks there or somebody like that.
That makes sense, yeah.
Like I don't have a ton of Rico, but 7% Shipley, 9% Brooks, 8% Roshan.
You're just kind of flat all across that range, yeah.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, I bet I was more like 9, maybe 10% Sanders, but with like the Ford stuff, I've been taking him more. Been taking more Taj Brooks. So what do you want to do here?
I mean, Ray Davis is cool.
Yeah.
What's that running back just in general? We could take Samson, Blue, Bigsby. Samson.
Or I think I'd probably lean Bigsby.
That's cool. Yeah, he's a riser, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think on the turn, they might know about Bigsby, so
yeah,
might go before he comes back.
Yeah, and even if we don't get Samson, we can always take Ford later. It's still a piece, betting on a piece of that offense. But do you want to go another running back here at 148? I don't think we need receiver. I mean, there's some guys I like, but
I think not receiver because we only have one spot left, so we can just save it. What's at QB?
QB.
Is there anything that we have like connected or no?
No.
Oh, we should wait for the top. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so probably another running back unless you like a tight end.
I mean, Strange would be a pull up, so I don't think we need to do that. We're obviously not taking Likely. I wouldn't take Pitts in this.
Yeah. I'd lean Blue, but I'm also okay with Algier. Okay, Blue goes.
Yeah, Candyman. We knew Candyman would take Blue. Algier or Eckler or Braylon Allen, I think.
I guess Algier. Maybe he's the most upside because we have a solid base.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Eckler's maybe more for like a later RP build. Not
and also,
like
Eckler might even come back to us if we want to take our fifth in the next group of 2 picks.
That's true
Eckler,
too.
Allen or Jalen Wright or Ford might be there.
Yeah, and we could even look at like a 2 QB, and then we could do like a 2-6-7-3 or something.
I mean, we could go 2 QB. Yeah, I mean, Lamar and May are pretty damn good. So yeah, I
guess the third, if the third QB fits in, then we just take him. He fits the lineup well. So yeah.
Definitely not taking Inkamani, Vidal, or Corm. We're at 30 likes. Appreciate that, guys. Thoughts on James Cook rushing up the contract drama? Ray Davis season, Ty Joe draftable. I mean, I know he's still talked about being unhappy about his contract, but I haven't heard him say anything about like holding out or anything. So,
well, he's at camp, not practicing. Is that what the deal is?
I thought he was like doing like individual work. I don't think he's. I don't know. I think he's doing like limited work or something. That's a good question.
Yeah, let's see if the coach speak has anything.
No practice for business reasons is what it says. Interesting. I guess I didn't realize that. Knew he was at camp.
Mm-hmm. So he's doing that thing like at camp, but just standing on the side or whatever. The only coach speak lately was they want Ty Johnson to take more pass protection role. That way James Cook doesn't get beat up with it. That's honestly the tough thing with Cook is his usage is so low.
So what do you like at this pick? I mean, we could go running back.
Should we lock up our QB? Candyman only has one.
Just take it.
Yeah, why not? We only have a couple seconds. I think we're gonna take him next pick anyway, right?
Yeah. So might as well. Yeah, we can't trust Candyman. We know that.
Yeah, only one QB. I don't know who he has, but John, who's right there too.
He could easily double tap.
Yeah. So do we want a tight end here? We want to just like wait.
I think we could go tight end. I think that makes sense. I think there's some running backs that I like, but we don't have to take them. I think we can.
I like Jalen. I like Jalen Wright. I like Roshan, but I guess it just depends, because we do need at least one more tight end, maybe 2. So like an Ertz here feels good, but if we want to wait and just tack on like a Taylor or Arroyo or something like that, we could do that.
I think if Ertz comes back, I think that would make sense. Just a piece of another good offense, top tier offense, who could have multiple good playoff weeks.
Right. We could stop at 2 with that, but we wouldn't have to.
Yeah, I think it gives us some nice optionality. Are you good with that?
Yeah, no, that feels good. I think especially with the Jasicki stuff and the Pittsburgh guys, like Ertz is kind of a decent tier break to me over the next guys, where his role is really solidified compared to the guys behind him.
Oh, I know. And it's funny, like I saw some beat reporter, some people still take Benson. I do not.
Yeah.
And that's, as a Washington fan, didn't take him last year, not taking him this year. But I saw a beat reporter talk about how, Benson it is barely playing, like you can just tell the Daniels or Ertz connection, and just because names escape me, their blocking tight end is just in way more snaps with the first team offense. So you basically need Ertz to get hurt for Benson to have any real chance.
It's the Trey McBride story.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Except I think McBride is a more natural pass catcher.
Yeah. Not quite fullback-ish like Benson. It.
Why I like Steve, he's pro running back. Yes, I am. Especially in half-point PPR. Agreed. Keenan signing with Chargers, Bears for QJ. And did that happen, or is that still a speculation?
They visited, right? So
yeah. To me, I think it hurts QJ by far the most. I think Trey Harris. All right, we are up.
Probably running back. We could look at receiver.
I don't think Hopkins makes sense. What do you?
No, we have too many Ravens. Either like Pierce or your favorite running back.
Let's go Pierce.
If you want to go with someone else, that's cool too.
No, I think Pierce makes sense because I feel like our receiver room's good, but a spike week guy, we do already have Colts, but a spike week guy, Pierce is that. And, he could, whether even if it's just helping us advance or in the playoffs, just if he gets that 25, 30-point game in the playoffs, that counts. That could be huge.
Yeah, I mean, if he hits your lineup once or twice all year, he's a good pick where you got him, right? As a seventh receiver. Yeah. So probably just RB and tight end we're looking at. I don't know if you want to just call that 2 tight ends.
I was hoping Hunter would come back.
Oh, yeah, no, me too. Yeah. I mean, Jarquez Hunter, that's my guy. That's my top-owned player.
Yeah, I think definitely running back here, and then we'll kind of see.
I like the missile, but I don't know if you're.
I mean, I'm less on him. I think he's much more a contingent play, but I wouldn't mind taking him here just with the team build.
We can go someone else. We can go Shipley. That's good too.
All right.
Justice Hill's fine. Yeah.
Let's go Shipley. My concern about Keaton Mitchell is he's not a huge pass catching guy. So I think he is only going to really impact in any time that Henry misses, which now if he does, I think he's a fine, option because I don't think Justice Hill's playing like the whole Henry role. But
I think without Shipley, injury, he doesn't really have upside.
Yeah, and Shipley's probably a bit of the same, but I just feel better for him than
it's a clearer path. If Saquon and Henry both go down, you'd rather have Shipley than either Ravens guy. Yeah.
Exactly. But back to the Keon Allen situation, I think to me, I'll probably, if he does sign, I'd move Harris down, maybe a round worth, but I'd probably move QJ down a couple rounds worth and kind of put probably even Keon Allen ahead of him.
I agree with that. I think QJ is like barely draftable as is at his current price. So Keenan signs, I'm not touching him. And I'll probably just still be a little overweight on Trey Harris. I really like his talent is up there.
I
think he plays a different role. He's outside deep ball guy, right?
Exactly. Because I think what Allen will play mainly in slot. McConkey will play, more like the Z, and Harris is the X. So that's right. So we got PPR time here saying emotional. Not sure what that's about, but good seeing you. Pepper Tony saying only visited.
That's how Tyler titles all of his videos. So like drafting the puppy emotional.
2 dudes that are going to get bodied in the Dynasty League. Tough scene. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That should be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Tyler and I don't know, someone else apparently. Wait, so Steve, you're in the You're in that. You're the
Yeah.
one with the money helmet. Okay. I thought that was you, but it's like a little bit different name, so I wasn't 100% sure.
Oh, I think I'm like Steve-O style or something in that, because that's just
Yeah.
what I was in. I haven't
Sleeper.
used Sleeper in a couple years. All right,
Probably
last pick.
RB unless you like a tight end, right?
RB. Does anyone jump out to you?
I mean, I like Trevor Etienne, or Corum, but I mean that
I'll
might be
take
a bridge too far.
I'll take a shot on Quorum. It's another like contingent play. Like I think Hunter is fine regularly, but if Kyron goes down, I think Quorum will get usage.
I
And we could
I
have gone
think
tight
Trevor,
end, but it,
yeah,
I don't,
like
I don't mind.
Frarmu's fine, but our two guys are solid as long as they're healthy.
Yeah. No, I
I
think usually when I have like Andrew's Ertz, I'm stopping there.
mhm.
But
Yeah, I think that feels solid enough. We took Andrews like he's almost like a elite tight end almost, so
and
I
Ertz was
think
a
that
top
feels
10
fine.
tight end last year. So
Right. And they both playing great offenses, huge
yeah,
touchdown upside. Yeah. I do think with the running back at the end though, I think Trevor Etienne is going to be my highest owned Panthers running back.
really. I remember you
I mean,
saying that before.
I like 3%, but still.
I remember you saying that before. That's interesting.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
just
I
the
know
other guys I can't
you're
buy his.
totally out. Like, let me see. I have no ETN, but Panthers, I am at Chuba 5.8 and Dowdle 3.3. So I'm like underweight on both.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, like don't get me wrong. I know it's kind of a crazy bet. Like I'm not saying like Trevor Etienne's the truth, but I just think the other guys I have such little confidence in. I'm willing to
Yeah,
mix in some of him,
yeah.
But
Well,
yeah, I
did
think
you?
that team came out real solid. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. Were you up for doing a third draft or?
Oh yeah, for sure. Just
All
Sunday,
right.
just chilling.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
want to try out the Pomeranian?
Yeah, sure.
Figured since they released that, I'm sure these fill pretty quick
I bet,
right
yeah.
now. Let's see. I mean,
Got like
literally
3%.
released an hour ago and it's already 3% filled. So,
Crazy.
um, all right.
I
So,
couldn't believe how fast the first one of these filled. Oh, sorry.
yeah, I was just gonna say 339 will enter. Um, but no, that this filled fast. The Chihuahua, yeah, and this is 50 max. Like the German Shepherds, you get it. Like it's 20 max. 1,000 people max it, which I'm sure 1,000 people don't. But 1,000 people max it. Basically, the contest is filled. Um, but this, like, yeah, this filled pretty quickly as well.
Yeah, and I just thought the 74K would keep it open like more than a week, but I think it filled in what, like 4 or 5 days,
I
something
think
like
four
that.
days. Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. And
All
the
right.
Husky actually filled slower than I expected.
We are now that is like there were 11,000 entries in that, which the Chow Chow was like 5,500 or 5,800, something like that. And of course,
Mm,
the Bulldog was
like just over
1,400,
1,000. Yeah.
and I think the Dalmatian was like 2,000 or maybe 3,000. So it was considerably more than anything in the higher range. So we
Okay.
did get Fantasy Dog in here. Big Squeeze, I recognize. It's about it that I see, but appreciate everyone jumping in and joining. We are at the back half here, the 11th spot. And let me go. I will, while this is waiting, let me go label the two drafts that we did.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
That's
I kind of
medium.
wish the Badge Bros was you could do them in slows too. That
I
would
did.
be that would be nice.
Yeah. I mean, I think it obviously would have failed by now if they did that, but um, yeah, I agree because I'm at like 25, and that's what I originally told you we'd do. But we got in a sprint, and then this came out, so I figured might as well um,
Oh
do
yeah,
that.
yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Um,
like the Badge Bros, I'm gonna try to grind it up to 50, but I'm
yeah,
only in like the low 30s or something.
yeah, I'm at 25, 26 right now, and yeah, I want to get to about 50 also. All right, so I labeled BBM. Let me sprint. I mean, doing a sprint fast is just very rare right now.
Oh yeah. I think though next couple weeks, I think everything will pick up enough where you
Agreed.
can kind of
Agreed.
filter
Especially
it.
after something like once like weekly winners filled, then everything else will start to, it's like a domino effect.
I wonder if it's gonna be weekly winners, and then you start seeing eliminator like rush up,
I
and
I
then
kind of that's my guess, especially with them being at the same price point.
yeah, and eliminator has it's been behind weekly winners, but it's clearly outpacing like the other side stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people have mentioned too waiting on that one for kind of the end, so I
That's
could
what
see them
I'm kind of
piling in.
doing. All right, so we are up here in
Just
one pick.
whatever receiver, right?
Yeah.
Unless you want Genty, I'm cool with him. If it's like a Monra Genty, oh Nico, yeah, Nico.
Yeah, and I like Nico a lot.
Amon-Ra, I've occasionally passed over for the running back, but never like Nico or Neighbors or Puka.
Agreed. And it's one of those things like whether we get BTJ back or one of these running backs, I'm fine with anyone here. I mean,
yeah, this back half of the board, it always like the last 3 picks, it feels like you're always getting a great combo.
Yeah. No, I really don't. So speaking of, what do you feel like BTJ, Henry?
Either
Leonard?
one's cool with me. I mean, I like Henry, but BTJ. Yeah, BTJ.
Let's go BTJ.
All right, yeah.
I mean,
I'm getting more in on the big dog, but I'm getting back in.
I also like sometimes I don't like doing it when I have like a Monra on BTJ, just having both receivers with the week 8 bye to start, just because also there's other teams I like with that bye. But having Nico and BTJ, I don't know, like that feels so strong. I mean, literally 2 guys who could be in top 5 of receiver at the end. I think it's just a lot of upside there.
And on this back half, it's so easy to build out your running backs in rounds like the next 4 rounds. Like there's so many opportunities usually. So yeah, that feels like a nice start.
The other thing I like, which I don't mind about the back half, is one, we're almost guaranteed to have an elite quarterback available to us in the next group of picks. Maybe Kittle, maybe some running backs. Like through the first 4, honestly 6 rounds, like you just feel like you have a really good team without like having to reach for anything.
Right, and you can go so many different build types too.
Yeah.
Like we could even go like a Kittle Jaden with this and go, 0 RB kind of, or we go double RB. Yeah, there's just so many options. Like
Fancy Dog saying Keenan Allen, he's got 28%. Well, I mean, that could absolutely pay off. 35 likes. Watch out, PPR Tyler Husky Hammer has bodied a few people over the years. Hartman, let me get a muted roast out. Oh, sorry, I missed that best ball guy. Hope you're doing well. Enjoy drafting with you there.
I don't know if you caught that at the end of Best Ball Guy's stream.
No.
It was near the very end. The muted roast, I asked him to roast my team. And then as soon as he started, he roasted about 3-4 minutes, all on mute.
That's funny. All right, so nothing too crazy so far. With this start.
Yeah.
So I think, we should. First quarterback goes off the board. Fancy Dog, Allen follows quickly.
Allen right after.
Which typically is the case now. I mean, earlier on we were getting like Lamar and Allen back here, but I think they're pretty moved up to the middle of the round. Hampton, also is moving up, but
I feel like Allen and Lamar are like early season. You always got them at the 3-4, even in the 4th, and now that never happens.
So what do you want to do here?
I mean, I'd probably go either like elite QB or like Mike Evans, like elite onesie or Mike Evans would be my 2 calls. QB or Kittle or Evans.
Let's go Kittle.
Okay.
And then if whether Jaden's there, or Evans, or I mean, I don't even mind pulling Hurts up to 38 for an elite quarterback, but we'll see what
Yeah, I
Crumbs
wouldn't
does
mind
here.
that. I mean, it could be kind of if we do get Jaden back, that could be cool. Do kind of like a full 0 RB with both elite.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of how you're supposed to do it.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to do Jaden?
Yeah, let's try that out. Let's see how that goes.
I've noticed, and this was even in like Huskies, Jaden's been falling to like 42, 43. Like I kind of
He's the
multiple
only
times.
one. The other elite QBs, like you'll be in a draft, you see him go at like 25,
Yeah.
and then Jaden will still fall, mid fourth. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I don't get it. I mean, I know maybe a little bit with, worried about the Terry situation, but
Mhm.
I don't, I mean, we're backstacking Lamar and Allen. So what's the difference with backstacking Jaden with Debo and Ertz, and even if you miss out on the stacks, who cares? They get so many points on the ground.
I mean, I guess with Jaden is just the like he hasn't proven it
Yeah.
right
He's only done 1 year.
year. So some people are probably more hesitant on him. Where Allen and Lamar, they feel like guaranteed hits. I guess maybe that's the argument. I mean, I don't really see
Mhm.
it that way, but that's just kind of maybe how the mentality works or whatever.
Yeah, I agree. So best ball guy saying his right leg's 30% behind his left leg, and Fancy Dog not good for the Pacific Ocean because I'm sure we'll be out surfing soon. And Eddie, you're right. John Bates was the tight end I was thinking of, and yeah, he's
Oh
probably
yeah.
going to have more targets than Ben's in it.
Hmm.
So just catching up a bit on the chat as it comes back to us. Appreciate everyone's comments. Let's see, Dirty P here. Coach Speak on Chuba looks good. I'm into him pretty heavy. Yeah, I mean, I do think Chuba is the guy I feel, and that's why I have about 6% of them. My issue is I just kind of like some of those other running backs in that area better, or I'm taking receiver. Um, that's why I don't have more, just because I think I'd rather have Kamara, Connor, those types of backs, Walker.
I just worry about Chuba as like a 3-down guy. I think their O line's pretty good. I like them to improve, but
Yeah,
it's like all the receiving metrics are terrible.
yeah.
And Rico's a decent receiver, and ETN's kind of like a receiving specialist. So I think
Mm-hmm.
maybe they brought in guys kind of for that role specifically, where Chuba might be the grinder, but at his price, I think he's okay, but maybe a little overpriced.
Yeah. Fantasy Football Garage and sprint ADP is wild. Yeah, and that's the thing with not as many things going on. Like the ADPs don't catch up near as fast on that, or sometimes they shift considerably,
Right.
just because not near as many drafts are being done there. So we are up in a couple picks.
I mean, obviously the stack would be nice.
Yeah,
Um,
but do you think we can do that 62?
I mean, maybe it's. I mean, I think that'd be our top pick, though, right? It's already behind ADP. Oh, I meant the stack with BTJ. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I meant yeah, no, my bad.
I was like,
I completely forgot the team stack. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I was like, I mean, I like Debo, and I don't mind taking him there, but I feel like we could have waited. So we will
Yeah.
team stack.
I didn't even think about Debo. That was yeah.
So we could go, depending on what Crumbs does here. There, we could start the running back, or we could go Debo.
Mhm. I mean, I kind of like. I'm really big on Trevion, but I don't mind the idea of doing like the full kind of 0 RB type build. We did kind
Yeah,
of build for it.
yeah.
Right.
No,
Yeah, and I
and
think
as we talked about, like Debo's look good. I want to get more of them. I
mhm.
love this receiver room now. I mean, good
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, and then we can even get we can get a T Law and be done at QB,
Yeah,
and then get like one more tight end, maybe mid range, and be done at
yeah,
tight
yeah.
end,
We could do
and
7 running
just
backs. Yeah.
right, exactly. Do like a 2-7-7 or something.
Mike Robson, I auto drafted Darren Waller on DK. Do you know if there's any way to make it an orphan team? Like, even if it wins a little money, I don't deserve it with him on the team.
So,
I love a draft when you're nowhere close to me, Steve. I appreciate that, Fantasy Dog. Yeah, and I appreciate you joining us in the draft. Slows would be extremely anti-badge for us. That part's
yeah.
true.
Yeah. I just want to do more. I just want the volume.
Agreed.
I don't have time.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I mean, it is nice they go faster than regular drafts, obviously, but yeah, it's a lot to do at volume.
I do notice with those too, like I don't know what it is, just because they're full drafts so quick. I almost feel like I get a little like burnt out. Like I do like 3 or 4 of those in a row, and I'm like kind of it's just like so much like all at once. I don't know.
I think it's also because you end up with very similar decisions every time, where in a full, if you do, which it would take longer, doing three Pomeranians, 3 BBMs, whatever it is, it's clearly going to take longer, but every time you could just be in such a like we were early in
Those
our BBM,
first 2 drafts, yeah,
we're now at the 11th spot, so it's just a totally different build structure we're looking at. Where even in those, even if whether you're 1 and 6, you end up with so many of the same decisions, especially when you're pulling up some guys. And by the time you get to like round 12, like it's the same 12 receivers out there, same running backs, same quarterbacks. Whether they fit or not can be dependent. But no, I mean, I do agree. It can get so similar where you're like, I just made this decision 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, that is probably what it is. That's a great way to describe it.
Nico and Mini Nico, I like that, Adam. I got JD at 49 on our team in one draft. Damn. Wow. Yeah, I don't know why Daniels is falling. That does not make sense. And Dirty P is lamenting that. Yeah, I'm still taking McLaurin too. I mean, I'm fine taking him at the fall, but I think he signs. I think they figure it out.
He's a guy I had a little bit lower just in general, but with him falling to the 3-4, like I'll probably be at field or so. I think he's kind of similar to how I view Cortland, where like it is an ascending offense, but it might have been like kind of the peak of his volume. So, I'm just okay with him. I think he's an okay pick, but Washington as the number 1, he definitely has upside to, 15, 16 touchdowns, something crazy like that.
I mean, even if he doesn't, even if his touchdowns went down, like say he has 8 or 10 touchdowns, like he still should return value where he's going.
Right.
So coming up here, I'm guessing we want to break the running back seal.
I think so. Probably Pollard, do you think?
Yeah. I think that's the safest.
Yeah, just consistent RB1 kind of guy.
You could very well be double tapping here. But yeah, both Minnesota guys, Brian Robinson for the team correlation. I mean, we could take a second tight end a little earlier than probably need to, but definitely be done there.
Yeah, I'd be fine with Hawkinson. I do like probably the top running backs if you like any of them. We could do a double Houston thing and get Higgins if you want. That's probably not I don't know.
What do you Andrew?
I'd be B Rob Hawk or Higgins. So depending what position you want to take. B Rob at running back probably.
Let's go B Rob. I think I think that makes the most sense.
Yeah, and I think like since we're gonna stop probably at 2 QBs, probably Higgins didn't. I think Hawkinson, it's too much capital probably at tight end.
Yeah,
Higgins would have been cool, but we don't need another double. We probably need more spread out bets since we already went so heavy on Jacksonville.
That's what I was kind of wondering. Like if we are gonna, hopefully we can get Lawrence, and Stroud would be a nice fallback, but he can be a fallback with just Nico as is, and probably want to spread out the rest of the receivers. So I was kind of thinking the same way. And Pollard, I think Pollard he's a bit of I just feel better about him than the Minnesota situation or even B Rob.
Yeah, I just like his price. I don't think Spears really offers a ton of competition when Pollard's fully healthy.
Yeah.
Maybe passing game work, but I think Pollard's the 18 to 20 touches a week when he's healthy.
Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if Spears maybe works in slightly more this year, but it's also compensating. I think just the Titans offense is going to be so much better. So there's just going to be more scoring opportunities. The offensive line should be considerably better. And I think low key, maybe one of the best in the league. So yes, like maybe Spears takes like 5% more of the workload, but it doesn't matter, like just because the total volume of the offense should be better.
Well, as a massive Lions fan, them getting Zeitler, the guard, I mean, he's a huge run, especially run game addition. He's good in general, but he's like top 3 in run blocking in the league still.
Yeah.
Even later in his career like this, he's amazing in the run game.
Yeah, no, I mean, the picture that is on these Talking Basketball with Steve, that's me interviewing Kevin Zeitler at the Senior Bowl. Then, I mean, he's been great ever since he entered the league. So, yeah, I thought that was big. And, they have these young guys, and also getting Dan Moore from the Steelers. Like, he's not the best left tackle in the league, but it allows them to move Latham back to right tackle, which is his more natural position. So it could, it's like improving 2 positions in one move. So I'm Cushenberry and Skoronski. I mean, that offensive line, I think, could be just elite under Bill Callahan.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm pretty bullish on the Titans in general. I actually would like more exposure, but I think I have like Pollard, Ward, Ridley, all between like 13 to 15. I'd even be okay having them a little higher.
Yeah. So are we going with the guy?
Yeah, I'd be him or Trey Harris, either one. What do we think is more likely to make it back? Yeah, let's just grab. We don't want to lose out.
Yeah, it's just if we had better starting running backs, I would say, let's go for Harris. I think Harris is a fine click coming back, and is a nice little bring back to Nico. Let's see. I mean, I could see him going Harris, but he goes Burden. So hopefully we are getting Harris back.
And I think click over to receiver really quick. I mean, is he he's probably the pick, right?
Yeah. Oh, damn.
He's gone. There he goes. I like Bateman. We could pull up T-Law if you're worried at all. He should make it back, I think.
I'm not too worried, and Stroud can be a backup option. You're good with Bateman?
We're good. Yeah, unless you like, Bateman's good.
Yeah, I mean, you can make a case for Ingram, and be done at 2 tight ends there. But yeah, I think Bateman.
I was gonna shout running back maybe, but I think this is where we're in that flat kind of area.
Yeah, I mean, ETN, don't know if he's even the starter or what his role is. Zach Charbonnet is kind of like the more expensive version of what we just talked about with Taj Spears. He's great if Walker goes down, but otherwise, he'll have a 10-point game here or there, but that's about it. Somewhere Meg is smiling. Yes, I'm sure she will check in and be very happy to see Scatterboom.
Well, we didn't get him on the other 2, so we had to at least get him on 1, or else, what are we doing?
Yeah, that would be trouble.
That's a nice little running back room starting so late, though. I mean, you feel pretty decent even week 1 with that.
I agree. Yeah, we can still throw volume at it, particularly if we do get T-Law coming back.
Even T-Law or Stroud, either way, we'll probably stop at 1. It's just preferable that it's T-Law, right?
But, yeah, I think T-Law, 1, the double stack, but 2, I also he's got, I think, more rushing upside himself. And then with Liam Cohen, I mean, we just saw what he did with the Bucks. Could see pretty close to a carbon copy with the Jags.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, they're so tough because T-Law is just like, he's been that guy so many years that we want to take that step. But it does feel like, this is by far the most talent he's ever had, the best coaching. Coaching, I think, has always been kind of the big question, right? Has he ever had a good coach even? Yeah. Like Peterson was okay, but, he's kind of past his time.
Well, And even last year, I mean, he played what, like 10 games. He had 4 or 5 20-point weeks. And even with them having so many injuries, like Ingram was injured early and then late, and then, Gabe Davis was out, Kirk was
most
out.
of the year.
And, that's with the coaching. And also they did upgrade their offensive line some. They got Makari from the Ravens. So, that's a positive for them as well. It's not just the Liam Cohen and Travis Hunter additions.
Right.
So yeah, this hopefully Big Squeeze lets us have him. But I mean, if he's watching, he knew where we were going.
Yeah. Yeah. So that feels really good there, securing that. I mean, so would you ever take CJ Stroud here? Or are we just calling that too?
I'm okay calling it too.
Okay, yeah. I probably lean the same.
Like it's one of those things I don't hate, but yeah. So running back, receiver, tight end, even.
I lean probably Tootin or Ray Davis.
I mean, I'll take Tootin. I do worry that would you rather Bigsby and pull him up or go Tootin?
We can go Bigsby too. That's fine. Whichever one you prefer.
I'll go big. I mean, it's just tough for me with how the camp reports are breaking down. It does seem like Tootin is the odd man out right now. And maybe by the end of the year, I do want to get him more, but I guess my expectation is as these reports go and preseason happens, of course, if Tootin has like a 60-yard run in preseason, people will still take him. But my guess is we're going to see Tootin's ADP fall in the next week.
Because Bigsby will flip him probably.
Yeah, I think Bigsby's clearly going to flip him. ETN will fall some, but he's the one getting the rest of the first team offensive work. So I worry that Tootin is going to be in the 150s pretty soon.
I could definitely see that. I've gotten some shares in like the late 140s to 150 where he just falls. Yeah. I'm a little surprised Etienne didn't take a bigger hit right away, like just with as early as he's going.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a Tootin slappy ride or die till the end. That's why I didn't want to pressure you. If you're more of a Bigsby guy, then I totally see the reasoning. But I'm just ride or dying on the rookie.
So I get like when this first started, I was taking Tootin just because, my thought was, they spent an early 4th round pick. But then when it came out that like Liam Cohen really wanted RJ Harvey, and it was like Gladstone who is the Tootin slappy of all Tootin slappies apparently. Then you're like, okay, well, end of the day, coach is going to matter, not Gladstone's not going to dictate who plays.
Right.
And because I just wondered about the Tootin fit, I said it on streams before, but like comparing Tootin to Bucky, they are as different as they could be. Like Bucky is all about great vision and cutting and stuff like that. Tootin is straight line speed, one cut and gone. Bucky is much better receiving, doesn't have the fumble issues, that kind of stuff. But Tootin is just this athletic freak. But I just don't know if Liam Cohen is going to value that the same way for his offense. So I want more of Tootin because I think similar to the Bucs, I think 2 of the 3 running backs, are probably going to have good fantasy appeal. But right now I'm in like, let me wait and let him fall because I think, it's similar like Blue. Like Blue at one point was going like 130. Now you're getting him in like the 150s, 160s.
But he's actually getting good reports though, right?
So now he's getting good reports. So now, but his ADP is 152. So I think he's a guy that I'll start taking more now where his ADP is settling. But
and just one thing, like on the Tootin thing, like you said too, I think the fumbles are really concerning, but yeah, one of the most concerning things was that stuff rate that he had in college.
Yeah.
It just worries, like kind of like a Kenneth Walker thing, but without the draft capital, where maybe he on a certain amount of plays he does hit that home run and gets the trust, but if he has 8-9 in a row where he's just getting 10 yards total, he might never really get the chance to show that big play potential if he's getting stuffed so much.
All right. So what do you want to do with this pick?
I just Strange, right? Just
I think Strange allows us to just take 2 and be done.
Yeah, and then we have Mega Jag stack. We have a good stack with the Commanders.
Yeah.
We get Eckler for some more floor at running back. I'd be fine with a receiver if you like any of them.
Yeah, I mean, I usually don't take Eckler and B-Rob together.
B-Rob.
But I don't hate it because the other running backs in this range went. I don't mind Demario Douglas.
Douglas or Eckler, you can make the call.
Let's go Douglas.
All right, that's cool.
I feel that's a good floor play with we have like spike week and upside receivers, and we don't have any week 14 also. So just felt like a good like floor play option for that. And
because if the Jags have a down week, like Debo, Bateman, they're kind of more. They could be kind of more spiky week to week. Nico should be consistent.
Yeah, Nico will be consistent. But if Jags have a down week or their bye week, like we could be, searching for points. That's for sure. Normally I love Eckler at 17%, but this kind of 0 RB build, I don't mind it with Jaden because then it's like we're just getting whatever back works. But I feel like the receiver there, just because we get to this dead zone in receiver also. I mean, I love Thielen, but other than that, it's very much a dead zone.
Yeah, I have a big bag of Thielen also. But yeah, no, I agree with that because like, what's the difference between these receivers and a receiver you can get like around 17 or whatever?
Exactly.
Like really not much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then just pile on some running backs, and I think we're looking pretty good.
Yeah. So are you thinking stop at 2 tight end, stop at 2 quarterback? So are you thinking 7 running backs?
That's what I was thinking. 2-7-7.
Yeah, 2-7-7, 2. I think makes the most sense.
Yeah.
So just
because you got some pretty good capital early. I mean that's 4 in our first 6, right?
Mm-hmm. So, and I even kind of consider like, to me, if I'm having a 5th receiver, I know it was pick 110, but to me, Bateman's roughly a top 100 player. I know his ADP
same tier as those guys. Yeah.
So when I have 5 of those guys, and especially a couple to start, I feel good about the receiver room. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Douglas has like a little floor piece.
Mm-hmm.
And we can just take some swings on young running back.
I know his ADP is 159, but I'm typically seeing Douglas going like the 140s. So I think we actually got a little value as to where his like total ADP will close.
His rise is actually like it's shocking how much he's risen on Good Camp News. Because he was kind of always like that dude. Like he was always the slot guy.
Yeah, I think what's interesting is Kyle Williams hasn't really moved because you would think Kyle Williams would be falling more with his rising, but yeah. All right, running back here.
Jalen Wright. I mean, throwing forward's good too. Good upside. I don't know. You like anyone else?
I mean, Miles Sanders.
That's good too. Yeah,
I think you can make a case. Do you want to just take another running back here?
Yeah, unless any of the receivers really stick out to you.
I mean, not really.
I mean, yeah, I like Pat Bryant, but either running back's good.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you like who? Pat Bryant?
Oh, either running back or Pat Bryant, sorry.
Let's go for I just think we need to catch up a little bit at running back, but
yeah, that feels good.
And Ford, even if it's just early production to help this team advance, that could be huge.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think our running back room is coming together where it, I mean, even week 1, we're not too worried about our running back production, I don't think. So we got some upside bets, good contingent plays.
Mm-hmm.
I think it feels like a pretty solid room, like how we kind of layered it. Yeah, our early guys maybe don't have the biggest upside, but they have guaranteed roles with like Pollard and B-Rob.
Yeah, and we're, like Washington is a top tier offense. I think Tennessee is going to be very improved this year. Giants will probably be a little improved, but I think we both talked about the Jags being improved offense this year. Miami forward, it's not, of course, elite running backs. Obviously, we didn't take those guys, but we got some guys with contingent value in either potentially good offenses or now like Ford in a good situation, or Scadaboo potentially a good situation, where they could just get a lot more work than I think right now their current ADP is showing.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I mean, I think Scadaboo Tracy, that's why you see him go back to back, right? Like there's a chance they both just kind of roughly pay that ADP, but I think in any ambiguous backfield, there's always a chance you hit the big winner. And I think like the Jags, like there's almost for sure going to be a big winner.
Yeah. Agreed.
And yeah.
Yep.
And just
totally agree. And I like how this team has come together.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for starting so late at running back, it doesn't feel like super weak at RB. And our other rooms feel good. We have the elite onesies, to kind of carry us through. And I think it feels pretty strong overall.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, when you have like, and I know we took 2 receivers, but that's why I have so much elite quarterback this year, because as much as I love the mid-tier quarterbacks, those elite guys in the 3rd and 4th round, and sometimes Hurts still goes to the 5th round, but rarely now. They feel like such better clicks than basically any receiver or running back you're getting there. And you just feel so comfortable either to stop it to or just, to carry you throughout.
Well, like I even have a hard time getting to Lawrence a lot of times because I like so many QBs that go ahead, or like if I grab an elite, like you said.
So Hunter or Brashard went. You want to go Hunter?
I like Hunter the most. I also like Taj Brooks if he's there. Those are probably my 2 favorite like running back clicks this late. He might be gone.
Yeah, I think Taj went. So let's go Hunter. I have the least amount of Hunter, but I like him considerably. And then receiver. So no, I mean this thing really came together.
Yeah. Is there anyone you like for receiver late?
I mean, I've started to take some Josh Reynolds as a floor play. I think Spike Week, guys like Adonai Mitchell or MVS. Tolbert, I don't hate.
I mean, if you have a favorite, we can go for it.
Do you have a favorite?
Not, I mean, I like Coker and Ray the most probably, but
I'm gonna go. I'll say Ray. Coker, I don't know. Like,
yeah, hard to buy into the UDFA who didn't do a ton.
Well, it's just fair. Also so much buzz is on Horn, so much buzz is on Renfro. That not that I think Coker doesn't have a job, but I think he could end up being buried on that depth chart. And we'll have to see, but he's definitely getting like the least amount of buzz right now among the Panthers receivers, it seems like.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I can see being kind of out of him. I also mix in like Calvin Austin, Wicks, Tutu. I mean, a lot of these guys. I don't have like a strong lean, but just kind of all those guys. I think they could be decent roles on their team. Like Austin could be number 2, Wicks could be number 3, I guess maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's a good offense, but Tutu could be number 3 on a good offense.
Yeah, I take a good amount Tutu because I think he is going to be number 3, but and Lockett I think could be number 2. That's about it. Like you said, like mixing in the Steelers guys, I have very little Wicks. But I've been taking Reynolds some, Mitchell some, Franklin once or twice, Tolbert once or a couple of times. I don't definitely go too deep down here at the bottom at receiver.
I got a little bit too comfortable for a little while. I ended up with big bags of Coker and like Adonai Mitchell. I had like 17% Coker at one point. I was like, wow. I was like, that's a little bit much. I need to chill. In the 18th round, you just kind of you're like, like need a receiver. I'll just click my guy. and then
Yeah.
you're like, oh damn.
No, I know what you mean. Let's look at Fantasy Dog's team. He went 3-5-8-2. Lamar, Gino, Richardson, Gibbs, Kamara, Mason, Garendo, Mostert. Good running back room there. He did take the Terry Fall, which I think 44 is a really good pick for Terry. I mean, he was going 30, a month ago.
Yeah, that's a good value.
Jacoby Myers, Chris Godwin, Sheet Shahid, Marvin Mims, then Pierce, Hopkins, and Keenan Allen.
Bowers.
So, yeah, it's a nice room. And then, Bowers, Warren. That's a very strong tight end room. That should definitely dominate. And, of course, both stacked up. So, yeah, that's a good team.
Yeah, I think it came together pretty solid. I mean, RB is solid. QB and tight end are obviously super strong. Receiver doesn't feel too thin. Like, you might lack a little upside, but I think the other rooms being so strong can definitely carry you. I like it overall.
And he took Aiden. And I think as long as everything's fine with Terry, which I think it will be, and if Godwin,
if he's back relatively soon,
yeah, like he didn't wait for any fall. He took him right as current ADP, but that's 10 picks beyond where he was going again a couple weeks ago. And and I mentioned this yesterday on the stream. And I know there are some differences, age and all that, but everyone talks about the Rashee Rice first 3 weeks. What if he continues that? That's why he's worth the top 25 pick. Well, what if Chris Godwin continues the pace that he was on last year, where he was number 2 receiver over 7 weeks? You're getting, and even if I'm not truly expecting that, but if you get 80% of that, that's an absolute steal at 77.
Right.
And then it's like upside play, like spike week guys, Shaheed, Mims, Pierce, Hopkins is like, and Keenan Allen are like, the chaperone. So I think it's built well to balance out each other.
Yeah, and the Hopkins and Keenan, they work really well with the Godwin.
Yeah.
Because they might give you that early season kind of fade, so then Godwin's kind of back, full health maybe.
Yep.
So, yeah, it could work out pretty nice. And the other rooms are all very solid.
Yeah. And he should get plenty of flex play from like Mason as well, and maybe even some Mostert or Grendo, depending if anything happens there. But yeah, I think it's a good team for sure. We'll be very competitive. So let me catch up with chat. TD, Mr. Mufasa, thanks for joining us. 100% spot on. Tune's profile is one cut and go similar to Benson, and it's 4.3. Yeah, that's the thing. If Tune had gone to like the Steelers or the 49ers, obviously the 49ers crowded room, but he reminds me a lot of Garendo, like extremely fast. Zone scheme would have been a great fit for him. Guess who's the same 10-yard split as Bucky and better 10-yard split as DeAndre? Yep, Money Manon guy. That's interesting. Didn't realize that. Douglas over Wandale. Yeah, I agree. Like I'm not really taking any Wandale. I have like maybe 1%.
I probably got like 4 or 5. I take him on some builds. He's okay.
I don't get. I mean, it's moved closer now, but I don't get how he goes ahead of Slayton. Like it just doesn't.
Yeah, I don't really get it. It'd be like super heavy RB builds. Like I need floor. Give me like Thielen, Wandale, back to back type stuff. Yeah, not super in though.
Meg agreeing with you. The difference between receivers in like the 16th and 20th round or 18th round is it's like nothing. Fancy Dog agreeing with that. I'll say it all the time, Meg, but people still want their 6 wide receivers in the first 8 rounds. RBs are king. And that's the thing. Like, and we didn't do that. Like we waited on running back, but I think we did it. That's the way you go 0 RB is by hitting the onesie positions also. Like the people who take 6 receivers in a row, I don't think that's the way to do 0 RB because those guys are sitting.
Right. Well, it's like, oh, cool, your wide receiver 5 is better than their wide receiver 3, but you just got smoked at all running back spots and QB you tied and tight end you tied or lost. It's like, well, cool, your 5th running back, your 5th receiver is so great, it doesn't help.
No, exactly. Like I think we did a very good job of doing a 0 RB team. Let me just bring up the board. And even if we had waited another round, like waited till this Brian, which could have still been Pollard. But even if we waited here and taken another receiver here, like because you'd mentioned like Jaden Higgins, which we could have. Like it still would have. I think we still would have handled it pretty well. Probably would have made this Bateman pick a running back. And I just think that's the way you do zero RB. It's when you go, 5 in a row, 6 in a row. I think those teams are actually end up being harder to advance because you're still waiting at quarterback, you're still waiting at tight end, and that works if you are getting. My point is, I think the general point is you want as many of your early picks to be starting in your lineup as many times as possible. So that's why being balanced, or like what we did for receivers, quarterback, and tight end, those are all starters, at least potential starters. Where when you're doing 5, 6 receivers in a row, you're guaranteed those guys are riding the bench.
Right, at first 8 picks in a row just filled our starting lineup.
Yeah, exactly.
And we just did it in an order that is a little different maybe from some. Yeah.
Love how Megan's been silent and watching the whole time, but it's something to say about the wide receivers. I got so much Wandale. Interesting. I mean, I think what you said, he's a fine floor play. I would take Slayton over, and that's what I do. I have like 20% Slayton. I just take him every time. Dad, loving Coker. What's the buzz on Jimmy Horn? It's just been multiple good camp reports that he's looked good in drills and catching everything and looks fast. And probably, I mean, his role probably will be like return man early on in his career. But I just think it puts more. There's already pressure above Coker with, of course, T-Mac, Thielen, and Leggett. I think Coker outplayed Leggett last year, but now there's pressure behind him with guys like Renfro and Horn as well.
Yeah, I guess my bet on Coker is just that he consolidates as wide receiver 3 on the team. And then Thielen has potential to fall off as the year goes, obviously. But I see they have a lot of young guys. Like Leggett's a first round pick. Maybe that injury last preseason really did hamper him. I just have no faith in Leggett, I guess is why I have so much Coker. Like, I think Leggett and the other guys are kind of nobodies, and Coker maybe could be a guy, but that's a risk too. A UDFA being a guy is,
I mean, in pre-draft, I had a decent share of Coker to go along with my decent share of Thielen, my good share of Thielen. But of course, after then they got T-Mac and then of late, like the Horn and Renfro buzz, I probably want to be about 4 or 5% on Coker, just because I mean, to me, he outplayed Leggett clearly last year, and it wouldn't shock me again. But yeah, we'll see. It's just not my favorite right now in builds. You
can get more secure bets like Tutu, Ray. They're the number 3.
Exactly. I busted up this draft. No, I think you had a strong draft.
Yeah, no, it was a good team.
And saying thank you. Reflect the Sun. Did you all see the pick of Godwin's ankles? I mean, that was from a couple weeks ago, and I don't know if there was anything recent, and I don't know if it even came out if there was a brace under there or something like. But I guess my thing is it's still a long time until still like 4 weeks until the season. Even if Godwin starts slow, I really think Godwin could have another good year. I'm drafting a lot of 18th round Monangai, also getting good coach speak. Yeah, I have a little bit of him. And I definitely had the most Roshan right now, but I want some exposure to all Chicago running backs. I heard Horton has already passed MVS for a 3rd spot. Horton is a really great route runner. And no, Horton, I know he finally got some work with the ones, so I don't know if he's past MVS. I am probably going to slow down on MVS a little bit because I'm at like 11% on him. But I don't know if Horton can be that deep ball guy. we'll see. And yeah, Leggett did play a little hurt last year, but I don't know if that's the only reason he struggled. I think he was always raw coming in, but maybe a year in, he's learned and developed. So
when he was one of those first rounders, that was pretty surprising when he was a first rounder.
yeah, I mean, he was definitely getting some buzz in that, but it was like
all athleticism, no production, right? Nothing tangible, just athletic freak.
Yeah, and also it wasn't even like he was a great route runner or something, because that was this thing with like people would knock about like Lad McConkey because due to injuries and whatnot, he didn't have like this great statistical profile, but he's a great route runner, like fantastic hands, fantastic route runner. Where Leggett would make like these big plays, but they were always like broken plays, like the corner falls down and he then outraces the rest of the defense or something like that. So yeah, he had a great breakout year for South Carolina, but it was, his fifth year and hadn't done really anything else.
Yeah.
So, did you? I mean, it's up to you if you wanted to. I would be up for one more draft if you wanted to do a Badge Bros and want to do another one of these. If you want to go, I totally get that as well.
No, yeah, I'm good. I'm fine with either. Either one's fine with me. So whatever you want to rip.
Let me label this one before I forget. I labeled the other two already.
How many drafts are you up to for the year? Did you cross 1,000 yet?
So are you saying just on Underdog?
Just on UD, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're way over 1,000, I'm sure, on everything, huh?
Yeah. So I am, let's see. So I have probably about 200 slows going. I could probably figure it out because, I max the little donation, so that's another 21. I max the first Pomeranian, so that's 40. And then with marathons and stuff. So I'm at 497 completed, 259 pre-draft. And then, especially with like the rookies and sophomores and super flex. So that's another, almost 300 plus all the other stuff. So
yeah, you're like way over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I'm like just pushing close to 1,000, but I barely have any drafters or DK volume down. I have a lot of DK pre-draft actually, but because I thought I was going to overlay and then it didn't.
Yeah, that was wild. All right, so I labeled that. Oh, let me just make this our pick on the first Pomeranian. Let's see, 024. We'll go Jane Reed here. Feels good.
I did it when that last Superflex came out. I did the slows for that, and then the last Shepherd. But I think I'm calling it there. I'm done with the slows.
Yeah, I am the opposite, as you can see. This is insane.
So I did have kind of a question, since you do a crazy amount. Do you do a lot at the end and try to like get people on the shortened clocks? Because I've thought about that before. If you were like super diligent, you could like kind of get a lot of auto drafters and stuff.
Yeah, so
it's a lot to manage. Obviously, you got to.
Yeah, it is. It is a lot to manage. It does get crazy, and it does. I will say in the past get crazy. So I want to balance it more. One reason I like doing one slows just to get volume, and I do like entering, like for instance, like the second puppy. Like I probably entered 30 slows in the last 2 days before that filled. So it's like I'm getting all these crazy different ADPs than other, most of that contest got. Same with like the Pomeranian, that filled only in a week, but I entered, 30 of those 40 slows in the last day, So I definitely do it in that kind of mindset. But yeah, for me, it's, like after this draft, I'll plow through all these on the clock, and then a couple hours later, I'll check it. Like I'm not one, like I never have notifications on my phone or on my laptop. So it's not like I'm not entering, like as soon as one comes up, I do them in batches. I don't, I don't try to do each slow that comes up as it comes up. So I'll just do it in bat. Like before the stream, I did everything under 4 hours. And then, so I still had plenty still to go. And so, yeah, I was just doing a couple of batches throughout the day. But yeah, I know slows aren't for everyone, but it is a way to obviously get more volume, just because I also, like if I was drafting alone, doing a fast draft, I will, particularly like when I'm on the turn or something like that last draft, I probably would have done, gotten through, with each turn, gotten through a couple slows, each turn, get through a couple slows. Same thing when I'm watching other people stream, whether I'm in a draft or not, I'll do a couple slows as I'm doing that. So that's just how I keep, don't get too far behind. But I know not everyone can do that, and it's not for everyone. But yeah, that's why I enjoy the slows. I don't want to have too many when the clock's shortened, because that does get crazy. But I do think I probably have an advantage with the way I do slow drafts versus, like you said, a lot of people who auto. And I noticed that with say Little Dalmatian. I think a lot of people just threw in, I had 90 slows in that. I think a lot of people just threw in their slows and totally autoed it. I don't think they were making those picks all the time.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
oh, go ahead.
Oh, just yeah. When I got in the slow draft, like the bad part, because I did rookies and sophomores a lot. Like,
yeah,
I probably got up to like 150 slows or something.
Wow.
And yeah, like I think because I have the notifications on my phone, I had to turn them off because it was just like too much.
Yeah, I totally turn off the notifications, because if I'm doing a fast draft, I don't need a notification. And for the slows, it just, I know I'm going to check multiple times throughout the day. I'm not going to miss a pick. If I'm ever like going out at night, I will queue up on, some ones that are about
the close ones or whatever.
Close, but I don't think I've missed a pick. But yeah, the rookie and sophomore, because I did a ton of those slow as well. What was nice about those is those finished so quickly. Those did not last long.
Oh yeah, like 3-4 days and you're done. I had one that finished like yesterday. It was my last one. Somehow they managed to bleed the clock.
How many did you end up doing of rookie sophomore?
Oh, I maxed it. I did 150.
Okay. I think I got to, what was it, 124?
Like 123, 124.
124, yeah.
What can we see the exposures real quick?
Sure.
I was just curious who
yeah.
Samson Scadaboo.
Yeah, I mean, that was another one, because like the Judkins thing came in like halfway through before it filled. And so after that, I just hammered Samson, especially in the slows. So May was my highest, McCarthy, like I was very bullish at quarterback, but I still got Jaden because, and people keep in mind.
And you said kind of flat other than May was a little bump up.
Yeah, because 25% would be your average rate in this, not 8% like a regular draft.
Right. But you're like mid 30s on almost all of them, except all the like main top guys.
Yeah, I was glad to get particularly Jaden above 25%. Because I think he's the one who could be the biggest difference maker. And then, so I'm definitely behind on some of the higher running backs, like Harvey. I only have 22%, Genty 21. I'm under because I would take Jaden at the 1 quite a bit.
See, and my Genty and your Jaden are almost flipped because I have like 38% Genty, but I only have like just over 20 on Jaden. So I'm technically underweight on Jaden. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I just decided, particularly with my slows, because at one point, like right when the contest was filling, I was right at like 25%, I think on both, but I think on the slows, I just hammered Jaden at the 1 spot and just was like, you know what, I will get overweight there.
I definitely.
Then receiver, I waited, like I don't, and Bowers, I maybe took like 2 Bowers.
Oh wow.
Or more than that, but because tight end, like the other receivers, Now, granted,
Yeah,
Bowers
you're
has
taking
like
him
the
over like
Kelsey.
Lad and like over
Yeah,
Lad.
because but
Yeah,
even like a Roma Dunze, if Roma Dunze is the Bears one, he's probably going to outscore Bowers, unless Bowers has like that Kelsey year from a couple years ago.
right.
T Mac. Not that I got a lot of them, but like I think most of these receivers, like Hunter Harrison, like they're probably going to outscore the tight end.
Right. And cost adjusted. I mean, Bowers was going like early third or whatever, like
Yeah,
two, three
he's going like
third or
nine,
something.
9 and 10,
Yeah.
and yeah, so I
Yeah, I
really
think
hammered the later tight ends because I think those guys compared to like the Legettes, the Pat Bryant's, Betches, even Higgins, I think they're comparable, but
yeah,
so I
I did
got
a
right around the middle on
very similar approach. I went low on Bowers and then the other two I was overweight.
Yeah.
Loveland I had the most because I took a lot of Caleb. So I did a lot of like Ricky with like Loveland or Rome. Like I did a
Hmm.
ton of Bears Niners stacks. And
Yeah.
then I went really heavy on the early RBs. Like my top four were like Trevion I had over 50%. I had Hampton and Bucky up there. Hampton was two, and then I think I had like Cam and then Genty, then Bucky. So
Yeah.
like my top ones were like I went heavy RB and QB. Like I had a lot of like 2 2 zeros like started and stuff, and then
Yeah.
kind of hammered receiver from there.
Yeah. No, I was high on Hampton and Caleb just because I feel like, and I still feel like he can just walk into 250 touches this year.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and of course, Scadaboo and Sampson. But yeah, so I was lower in the other elite or higher end running backs, but overall, I typically almost always had four running backs. Sometimes I'd do five running backs, especially if I waited. Um,
I actually did a lot of 3 RB builds. Like I
yeah,
would do like a Genty Hampton like Trevion or something or Harvey, and then
yeah.
just call it right there.
No, I did that a couple times, but yeah, usually I would do like try and get one or two of like Caleb or above,
Mhm.
Henderson, Harvey, Bucky, Hampton, or Genty. Like get two of those and then two late, like Sampson and
Upside.
somebody. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So what do you feel like? Badge Bros? Do you want to do? Um,
I'm cool with I mean either one. You want to do normal or bad bros, either
let's do
style.
Badge Bros. I think you and I are both pretty big fans of it. So
Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty into it. Yeah, like I said, I think I'm just over 30 or so.
yeah. So at 25, it's at 71 now, but it probably slows down with two new contests coming out a bit. So probably we got probably another week of this, I imagine.
Yeah,
All right.
hopefully, yeah.
I will enter at 4:39 p.m. And as I mentioned before, I say it on what I like about it is it's got the best advance rate for a six-figure prize. 1 of 6, 1 of 5, 1 of 5, 375 seed final. That's way better than the puppy. Which is 1 of 10, 1 of 10 in the same final size. And even in terms of the cost difference, it's worth it. You'd have to get four puppies. Now, granted, you don't get your money back with 439. So I'll enter. You don't get your money back from maxing, and that's part of the reason why I'll probably stick to around 50.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm a big fan of the contest. Let me
Yeah.
catch up with chat as we wait for this a bit. I know it got behind.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Uh, let's see. Tori Hurton, never heard of her. Sorry, missed the comment, Dad. Tori Spelling, Tori Horton is a fifth rounder. Wow, fantasy dog, nice. Steve is like Jordan in his prime with his recent streams, winner after winner. Appreciate it, Mike. Let's get the over 40 like mark over 40, 38 right now. Appreciate everyone. Yeah, Putt Daddy Yeah, Palm 2 and Husky 2 today. So the draft started. Fancy Dog's in here. Eddie's in here. Big Squeeze, which I'm not sure if I'm familiar. If Big Squeeze is anyone, please let me know. So we're at the 6th spot. I'll make these 2 picks, and hopefully Hartman will be back soon. But appreciate everyone for joining us in draft, in chat, hitting the like button. All helps out quite a bit.
Oh, nice. We got a couple of people in.
Yeah. So we're at the 6th spot. What do you like doing here?
I'd probably either like double tap running back or Lamb in a running back, like Lamb Gibbs. Yeah.
After this, I will switch my exposures to this contest.
Oh, okay, cool. That's the worst part of Underdog is you can't do like the different contests. Probably double tap RB, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And I also wish, like, I like the Badge Bros format a lot. I wish it was like, just a separate pool, CSV. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. This is just your regular exposure. You're just switching the tournament. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, it's really terrible too. Like if you go to the Explorer and you're trying to look at like combos and stuff.
Yeah.
Like yeah, because it's like, oh, you have a CMC Gibbs combo. You're like, what? Like how?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, the Badge Bros.
Yeah, the 6-man. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
All right. Why did it not go? Might need a refresh. Let me refresh this.
Oh yeah, maybe.
There we go. Oh. Yeah, I don't have 31% Genty in regular.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've noticed in these, I've been like terrible about exposures. Like just like I have way too much of some guys.
Oh, for sure. Like I have like 50% digs.
Yeah, he's one I have because he goes almost undrafted.
And like we talked about before, he's like a number 1. He's got top 10 upside, and May is a great guy to pair with him.
I think that's the thing is so many of the QBs like don't feel worthwhile in this.
Yeah.
Like not don't feel worthwhile. You can still pick them, but like May actually has the upside to like really break into that top tier where some feel like, oh, they're good, but can they do that?
Even somebody like Goff. It's like, even if you get a Monra or JMO, it's like, do I really want Goff?
In this format. Yeah.
Yeah. Like we're in regular. It's like, yeah, I'll take Goff. So what are you thinking with this turn here?
I mean, I would like JT if he's there. I would be okay with an elite onesie with our other pick or a receiver.
McBride or any of the quarterbacks.
Yeah, I don't know if you have. I mean, unless you wanted to go receiver also.
I would probably go one of the onesies. So,
okay.
Though I'd probably lean McBride.
McBride? Okay, yeah. Yeah, because I think we have a chance to get a QB back.
Agreed.
So yeah, we just grabbed the top tight end. That feels good, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with our running back room, like we can just kind of do whatever. Like those top 3, we kind of already filled flex and everything.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So, no, I mean, there's a chance all 4 quarterbacks go before we come back, but I think there's a likelihood that we get at least one where if we didn't take McBride, like Kittle probably is not coming back. Sometimes he does, but.
Right. But even then, I feel like the difference between McBride and Kittle and like any top 3 QB versus each other is a lot bigger. Like, I don't think any of the top 3 are too much different, where I think Kittle is a little bit behind McBride. I know he outscored him last year.
Yeah.
But I just think volume-wise, like it limits him more.
Sure. No, I mean, I also think there's also bigger drop off between Kittle and like Laporta Hawkinson than there is between the quarterbacks and even like, because then we're talking like getting, Burrow and Murray and, all these other like guys who can score 20 points.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I think elite. I mean, we could do a stack also with like T if Jaden's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess Hurts is probably still there, so maybe not. But
so do you want to do Jaden?
So I think Jaden, and then do you think T? We could go like Jalen Hurts. We could go double elite.
I don't mind doing Hurts. I also, if we do T, I mean, there's obviously other guys in here, but
that
Burrow
opens
comes
it.
back to us.
Yeah, I like that. And T is clearly like a pretty big tier above at receiver, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think Devontae Adams and Evans are a little closer, but no, I think T. He was wide receiver 2 in points per game last year. Can easily be a top 10 wide receiver total, and does set up a potential second elite quarterback option.
When T's a guy I love in this kind of format too, where like he's really inconsistent, spiky, but when he spikes, I mean, he can hit a 30+ point game. Like that's great when you're going to have an insane wide receiver lineup.
Yeah. No, exactly. Like, and that's why. And if we don't get Burrow back, we don't get Burrow back. But I've done that before, where I take T, and it's like then with already one elite quarterback, and then get Burrow back, and then that feels really good.
Yeah, it's just like our floor and ceiling. Because Burrow, I think the problem is he just doesn't provide that floor that a rushing QB can. But when you pair him with that elite, that floor ceiling combo you're getting is so nice.
And as I've talked about, like, I do think in general we should consider Burrow elite. His 3 healthy seasons, he's finished 10th, 3rd, and 4th in terms of quarterback scoring, and 3rd and 4th were the last, his last previous 2 healthy years, last year and 2 years before that. So he's right up there with anyone, obviously. But yeah, he doesn't, in terms of week to week upside. Like last year, his first 2 games, he had 9 and 14 points or something like that. Me 17, but then of course he had those 35-point games later in the year.
Right.
So this is interesting because Hurts is back. Nope, Hurts went. Damn. Okay.
Not QB. I mean, probably James Cook, unless you like another running back.
I like Cook, as you can tell, 50%.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Just because he is typically around this range, and like he does have the upside.
And he kind of falls a little compared to the others.
Yeah.
I like Worthy or Tet probably the most.
Yeah, I like Worthy too. Just again, spike week potential also, and maybe later in the year Rice is factoring in more, but early on we do need to get out of this 6-man pod, and Worthy could just be a smash the first 4-6 weeks when Rice is out and could help separate us.
Well, and like the nice thing with this is like we can get these more spiky, like less consistent guys early. We can make our wide receiver 6 like Chris Olave or something.
Yeah.
Like that can be our chaperone, a guy that we feel great about, but he's going to give that weekly floor or something to a lineup like this.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, it's so easy to build the nice rooms, and then you can take those guys, like especially Worthy, right? When Rice is back, maybe he's here, and like some weeks he's a dud, some weeks he's a smash, but he just fits so good in this type of contest.
Now, do you feel like McBride might be a better tight end in this than Bowers? Because McBride also has a stacking partner where, like Bowers, you're never really going to take Geno. But, Kyler is definitely in the mix to stack. Do you think there's an edge for taking McBride over Bowers?
I personally think the gap between the two is too big for that, but I do think that that's a very good point. Because I like Kyler a lot. I think probably, we could go Pickens. It's 3-week 10 buys. He's probably my favorite, but
I don't care about that as much in this format because we'll probably still have 7 receivers and everyone's going to be great. You know what I mean? It's not like, what do you want to do for the other one?
Smith is probably the best. I like Rome.
I like Rome too, but if you want to go Smith, I'm good with that.
Smith, Rome, Ridley, any of the three. I mean, Rome opens up Caleb. We could do like a Bears
Yeah,
Niners thing because
yeah,
we have CMC.
I like that. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
at 40% Rome.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
I like Caleb is definitely in the short list of quarterbacks to take.
yeah, and like I do think like reaching down a little bit in this to maybe get some stacks. Do you like more that are little like
Mhm.
lower owned?
Yeah,
That can be it can be kind of good even if like Devonta Smith's like the highest ADP best one technically. Like I don't know, like just falling ADP in this, you're not really gonna differentiate
yeah,
or anything. Yeah.
no, agreed. But I also I like whether we go. I typically still go three quarterbacks just because I do think we need it's even with an elite, you still want to separate from the other elites.
Right.
But I think we have plenty of stackable options now with Mahomes or Dak or Caleb or Kyler.
Right.
Obviously, more that we could take going forward. So
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of like yeah, I think there's some more we can build out, and then some of the options we have are pretty good. Yeah,
what do you?
probably Diggs,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Yeah,
just such a
and then
smash.
opens up Drake May. How could you go wrong? um,
What do you want to do
I
for
mean
David?
Ricky or Debo? Are you like a running back? What are you feeling here?
Let's go Debo. I did. I know it says 0. I did take Debo in one. Like I last did my exposures yesterday, so I know I have at least one. But I think Debo, like we talked about before, he just could have a lot of touchdowns this year. Could have some big spike weeks, and
And we got him stacked up with
yeah,
Jaden.
and he's stacked. Um, and I mean, now our receiver room, I think we probably go in 7.
Yeah.
I almost always only do 2 tight ends, especially when I'm taking an elite. Um, I don't know how
Well,
you feel
yeah,
about that.
I'm the same. I usually take two even without an elite.
Yeah,
Like, cause like I can get like Tyler Warren, David Njoku, Tucker Craft, like
yeah,
any two of those three, or Colson Loveland in there too.
yeah.
Like,
Like Andrews Loveland or something like that. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
I'm just sad.
yeah, yeah. I have my solid production, I have my huge upside. Like, what
Yeah.
more do I need? Yeah,
Well, it's just tight end is never going to hit the flex in this. Like it's just never. If it
right.
does, you just ran so pure that we get tight end. Um,
Yeah, I mean, realistically, it's just not hitting your Debo is the
like
wide receiver 6 on this team. Like,
even week 10 with our top 3 receivers out, I don't think it's hitting the flex.
right. Well, and if you're picking another very high capital tight end because you're like, well, week 10 they might put up 5 more points than our other flex option.
Yeah.
It's like, well, yeah.
So do you
Yeah.
want to go quarterback here, running back?
I mean, I think we could go quarterback. We could get our McBride stack. Um, I don't know, like running back, is there anyone you really like?
I mean, I think Pollard's pretty good.
I do think Pollard's pretty good too. Uh, yeah, I'm cool with him. We could look at tight end. I don't know if Hawkinson's still there.
He is. We could go that way.
Yeah, I mean, we
I
could
like
wait on
Andrews a
tight
lot.
end too. I like the other guys.
Yeah.
So up to you.
Okay, we'll
I
go
think
Kyler.
Kyler for sure, and then either Pollard or one of the tight ends.
I think like if we take Pollard, I'd be fine stopping at 5.
Oh yeah,
Running backs.
definitely. Yeah, and we could still get a tight end next turn where we're cool stopping at 2. So
Yeah.
yeah, that feels good. Lock that up. Lock up running back, and then we're good at running back. Probably want one more QB.
Yeah. So no, I mean that's what I love about these teams. Just you can do so many different options with it. Yes, there are similar players, and I'm sure we'll pull somebody up at some point to make it a little bit more unique. But these are just fun exercises. And yeah, I mean, there's obviously with only one advancing out of 6, it'll be tough, but it's similar to the 2 of 12, of course. And then the 1 of 5 playoff pods, I really like.
Yeah, no, that's really nice. I mean, it feels like it gives you a real shot to make it to the finals, right?
Exactly.
And like I think for the scroll downs, I've mostly been going like just kind of backup RBs,
Mm-hmm.
but I think obviously QB, there's so many that aren't 100% owned. We could get like a tight end to stack that's not owned if we wanted to do like two tight ends like that.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know though. Maybe that's kind of sacrificing too much projection.
Well, and well, the one thing, and like, I mean, we can talk this out, but like, obviously, Ertz, if he is a top 10 tight end like he was last year, then he's well worth this format. And he's going to be 20% owned, 15% owned, maybe.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No,
um,
that's true. And that leverage does give you a huge benefit.
so that's an option. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I think Hawkinson or Andrews is actually a really good pick here. And I'd be fine going that way. But I'm just saying, if that's where we go with Ertz, I have no problem there. And if we can take a tight end here and then get more unique at like, even if we take a 6 running back, like I've talked about before, you could take like Giddens to go with Taylor or something like that.
So here, what do you think about like Ricky and Caleb and like locking that down? We might not need to take Caleb yet. I don't know how the QBs are looking.
Well, May or Caleb would be the question.
I probably like May more in a vacuum. I was thinking Ricky for the, and we also have like a big Niner stack too if we want to do Purdy, because we have Ricky and McCaffrey and the bring back.
Yeah. What do you think?
Any of the three. You go ahead and make the call.
I'll go Caleb, but just because I have 59% May.
Oh, yeah. That might be a little bit heavy. Yeah. I'd probably lean May in a vacuum, but
yeah,
I don't want to be out on any of those three. I actually like all three of those.
I mean, I have 4.5% Purdy. Purdy's the toughest because he's got the least rushing upside of those three.
Right.
But
how does he break in a super team as much?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That makes sense.
Like, I think in this format, Purdy's ADP should be lower. And granted, these are not, the ranks or the ADP is not based on this format. I think May deserves a bump up in this format just because his spike week potential is, I think, the highest of this group. But Caleb, I think, is fine. And we already have 2 rushing guys as well.
I think Caleb has just as much rushing upside as, any like sophomore or anything. Not like Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. I mean, I do think
he ran for like 500 rushing yards last year.
Yeah.
Right?
But May ran for 411 starts and had like 4 designed runs, So I think May has a higher rushing upside, especially from touchdown perspective, because he could just he could be the Patriots red zone goal line back. Caleb might have a little less than that, but no, Caleb has definitely better rushing than most quarterbacks, but I think he's probably like
a tier below that.
Yeah, a slight tier below.
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah. I could see that.
Right, so on these last 2, obviously tight ends 1, and we could go Loveland.
I think
Loveland's not 100% owned in this contest. I mean, that in and of itself is going to make it unique.
Right. And then probably a running back, you think?
I think so. I mean, we're good at any position, obviously. But I think it's running back or receiver. Sorry, did that wrong. Damn it. We could do Scatterboo. We could anyone else. We could do like somebody like
I like a scroll down, like if you like Samson, Tootin, Blue, Tank Bigsby.
I don't have any Samson yet, so. But I agree. I've done Bigsby a couple times. Haven't done too many other guys late. Did Algier because I wrote about this. Like when you take a Bijan, take the handcuff. As a 6 running back, not in like a 5 running back build, but as a 6 running back. Because if Bijan were to miss time, even if it's 3 games, like Algier is going to be, in Battle Royale, if Bijan misses time, Algier is like a top 5 back. You know what I mean? So it's like if it's playoff weeks, obviously fantastic. But even if it helps push your lineup through, he could be a smash. So that's where I take those types of guys.
And we could
Seems
have
like
done like a Garendo or something like that. That
yeah,
would have fit.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I think Samson just makes sense given he's. I mean, between Samson and Loveland, I think this becomes a unique team. And
Mhm.
no, I like this a lot.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's always so hard on these because they all feel so solid. But I think we at least built out the games that we liked well, and
Mhm.
we didn't overstack it, but we got some correlation. So it's like, I think that's a really big thing in this too, where like overstacking can hurt because the teams are so strong that like one team cannot give you multiple ceiling outcomes. You can have like you want like thinner stacks or like lower capital or something. I
Yeah,
think.
I mean, I think at times in the right type of offense, and I also think it's the right type of player. Like I have more Jaden Reed in this than I do in regular because he is the epitome of a spike week guy. Like
Right.
he, you know, he might only have like six usable week, like 6 games over 10 points, but 4 of those could be 20 points or more.
Mhm.
Um, so I like targeting those types of guys. But in the right type of offense, if you did Reed and Golden as your last couple picks with Love, I don't think that's terrible play.
Right.
Um, if
Like
you did like,
I wouldn't do like a DJ Moore Roam or something, maybe for
yeah,
example. I think
yeah.
you could because they'd be like 4 and 5, 5 and 6, something like that. But I
I mean,
I think it would
so
be
I
a
definitely
little
wouldn't do
heavy.
Loveland with it. Like, I think you kind of
Right.
overall you want to stop a team bet a little bit. Like, if we did, if we had Kittle instead of McBride with McCaffrey, I don't think we should have done Ricky. I think at some point you
Right.
need to like cut the cord. Um, Same with
Right.
like you can do like Gibbs and Amonra or Gibbs and
JMO.
JMO, but I don't think you want to do all three. I don't think you want to throw in Laporta in on that. At some point
Right.
you just I think want to limit it to probably just like 2 guys from an offense, generally speaking. But no, I think this is a good team. Appreciate. Let's just take a quick look at Eddie and Fancy Dog's team. Eddie went 2-6-7-2. He took Burrow, which in the one spot he had Chase, so that
Yeah.
is always nice.
And Chase
So,
Brown.
oh yeah. So Burrow, Nix, Genty, Etienne, Chase Brown, Jacobs. I mean Hendo, Caleb. Really strong running back room.
Mhm.
Chase, Wilson, Metcalf, Sutton, Addison, Jerry Judy, Reed, who I just mentioned, big time spike week guy. And of course, 2 tight ends, Ingram and Kraft. Yeah. I think that's a good team. I mean, I'm not the biggest on Judy, but early in the year, he actually might be. Judy probably is good for like a Addison team who might miss the first couple
Mhm.
weeks because late in the year, I just worry that if they go to one of these rookies, guys like Judy and Njoku are a little dead in this kind of format.
And
Just because you need high points, like Judy getting a 12-point game isn't going to do you anything, or Njoku getting 10 points isn't probably doing much for you in like a playoff week.
Right. And I like the Addison and Reed add-ons at the end because I feel like his mid-tier guys are,
Yeah,
just more consistent guys, less spiky. So, just
yeah,
adding on those kind of big spike players at the end. Judy maybe didn't fit the build perfect because you did have so many like high target wide receiver ones. Maybe a little bit more spike guy would have been better, but kind of like you were saying, but
but Judy in this build because he's got 2 week 5 buys, Addison who could miss 3 games plus week 6, so Judy could get a lot of play early on with Flacco, and then
oh,
when
that's
Flacco
true.
fades, like he's probably fine.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good point. Maybe he does fit in better than I was thinking. I didn't realize the early buys and stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah. Like in general, Judy is somebody I'm not really taking in this, but I think this is the type of build where it makes sense
Mhm.
because I think he could cook some with Flacco. And their, first half of the year, he might hit your lineup 3, 4 times, which for that level pick, I think that's more than fine.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
So then we got Fancy Dog in here, 3-5-8-2. Lamar, Allen, Fields, a lot of upside
Yeah.
there. And even, you take 2 week 7 quarterbacks, but you definitely had to have a third. Fields is a pretty good one to have.
Yeah.
Bijan, Henry, Kamara, Connor, J.K. Dobbins, some
Solid.
good strong running back room. Adams, McLaurin, Ridley, Olave, Flowers, Godwin, Shakir, Shaheed, And then Bowers Warren, so tight end, extremely elite. Receiver, I think is a lot's going to come down to like what happens with Godwin and Shakir with their injury situations. But I don't mind some of these injury or suspension guys as much in this format, just because you have such good coverage during these, those weeks where, Godwin's ramping up or Shakir's missing, first 2 weeks or something like that.
And I mean, the other 3 rooms are so strong on that team. Like, yeah. And like, I think the way they built it out with depth was good. It's a lot of kind of like, Flowers gets targets every week. Olave's, big target guy, kind of consolidating like the whole Saints passing offense, which is like not the best, but it's consistent points with your lower capital guys, right? While you're waiting for maybe some of those injured guys to come in. So
when I think Shaheed is so great. I mean, we know his spike week potential, and like he's a guy I tack on late to my receiver room as well, because also probably not 100% owned. He's definitely in like the last round, and so I doubt he's drafted 100% of the time. Also because he is on the Saints, so I think he's a good guy to add in. I mean, a lot of Saints capital, which as we talked about can be rough, but that team could be very consolidated with Kamara, Olave, Shaheed as well. Like obviously Juwan Johnson, but there's no. I mean, Brandon Cooks is the number 3. There's no Taysom Hill this year, just stealing work. So it could definitely pan out.
Yeah.
But, well, that was a fun one. Let me label this, and I'll hit up Chad and then probably get on out of here. But appreciate you. You coming on, Hartman. We've been talking about this for a couple of weeks, and
it was a good time. Good time for sure. Yeah.
Let me drop your channel in chat. If you're not already subbed to Hartman, definitely sub and follow him. Do you know the next time you're going live?
I'm gonna try to go live tomorrow night.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to do more during the week and stuff, like after work.
All right, let me throw this in chat. Make sure you guys are subbed if you aren't already.
Well, thank you for having me on. I mean, it was a good time. I've been wanting to do a stream with you for a little while, and it was fun to talk ball. I think we built some pretty good teams too.
Oh yeah, definitely have to have you on again. And no, this was a lot of fun. Before I forget, let me label this one and Badge Bros. There we go. So, and it was interesting. We originally talked about just doing Badge Bros with this, but then they of course dropped new contests, and I was glad to do a sprint as well, because
it's always nice when you can get one of those filled.
Yeah, because most of mine have been done slow, just because that's what you kind of have to do. But I was glad to get another one in, and then fun that they released a couple new contests today. Sure, I'll be drafting those throughout the day.
Oh I'm gonna be maxing this Husky as well.
Yeah, no, me too. All right, let me just catch up with chat real quick. Talk me into the Badge Bros. The advance rate talk got me. Appreciate that. 6-person draft. Yeah. No, these teams do get stacked. No, I think he did good, Eddie. Let's see.
Yeah,
we got Kelly in here. Joe will break the record this year.
Joe Burrow passing touchdowns, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be. Would not shock me. Who wins tonight, Sania or Rhodes? I don't really follow, so I'll let you answer.
John Cena, the bad guy run continues.
That's right. He did turn heel. I did see that.
Yeah.
So no need to roast, and appreciate both you guys joining us. I did like that Lamar Allen, and honestly, I think I did one of those where I did 4 quarterbacks, just to make sure I'm covering that week 7. Just because you can get quarterbacks so cheap late. But no, these are very fun
Well, I think if you do like a 2 tight end build, you do like a 4-5-7-2.
Yeah,
Like you're not even really losing much doing that.
exactly. Like I've done like three of my 20, well, I guess 26 now teams. I think have been 4 quarterback, and one was like the double elite like that. One was like a single elite and 4, and one was I waited. Like I say I waited, and I think my first quarterback was Kyler.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't take any of the top,
Top 5 or whatever.
top 5 or 6, like even Mahomes or. Oh no! Breaking news: 49ers just signed Robbie Chosen Anderson. Wow, that's surprising.
Yeah. Juwan Jennings' calf must be acting up.
Yeah. Appreciate it, Fantasy Dog. No, this was fun. This was a good stream. Got to talk a lot of ball, make some really winning teams, and I appreciate those who joined us in drafts. Though I'm not sure if you guys will advance, but no, really appreciate it. And speaking of, Kramer was in one of our drafts. So no, thank you everyone for joining and for liking the episode. Appreciate everyone's support, and make sure you go follow Hartman. What's your Twitter handle?
Hartman FF.
Yeah, so you can find him on Twitter there. I just dropped his link. But yeah, hope everyone has a good day drafting in new tournaments, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.